There's a whole free market of podcasts out there, and you as a consumer should know before selecting this one that this episode contains scenes of graphic violence, coarse language, and if we did our jobs right, which people seldom do these days, disturbing subject matter. Listener discretion is heavily advised.
Hello and welcome to The Stars Aren't All Right. That's right, we actually have a name now. Hooray! This is a podcast set in the Call of Cthulhu tabletop role-playing system. I am your Brian. I am your Brian. I'm your Brian. That's who I am. I belong to all of you. I'm not my own man anymore. I am Brian. I am the keeper for this, for this adventure. Off to a super strong start, guys.
The existential horror starts in Brian's head, and then it just emanates from there.
Oh, shit. All right, well, I am going to go around the table. I feel like I always start with Alex, so let's fuck it up. But, Catherine, could I get a random object that you could hold in your hand?
Oh, Magic 8 Ball.
Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it around. You guys are going to say your name, your character name, and then you're going to say, my character is like a Magic 8 Ball because... And you guys fill in the blank. So, Leah. No pressure.
Hey, I'm Leah, and I'm playing Glade Walker. And Glade is a Magic 8 Ball because she's very mysterious.
I like it. I'll count it.
No one knows why she does what she does.
I like it. I'm here for it. Hell yeah. Catherine.
I'm Catherine. I play Juno Angevin. And Juno is like a Magic 8 Ball because she seems to think that her advice means a lot more than it actually does.
That's fucking
Wonderful.
great.
My name is Tom. I am playing Lift, and Lift is like a Magic 8 Ball because if you were to shake him violently, you would have no idea what he would say. My name is Alex Collins. I'll be playing Nano Regan, who is a tiny president with a big heart. And Nano Regan is like a Magic 8 Ball, and that sometimes he doesn't really know, mostly because of the Alzheimer's and all. The tiny Alzheimer's.
Tiny Alzheimer's.
Very small.
Yeah.
Very small Alzheimer's. And because Brian has informed me if I ever don't actually introduce my character, he will rip my balls off and nail them to the wall.
Alzheimer's,
if you will. I will actually be playing Pyotr Gaius Maitland, and Pyotr Gaius Maitland is like a Magic 8 Ball in that he is kind of shiny in an unsettling way.
I like it. It's mysterious. It's mysterious. Hell yeah. Okay. So those are our players. I'm your keeper. We established this. Sadly, I don't actually have a pre-recorded GC News recap of the previous episode, nor do I have any pre-recorded ads.
Boo.
So I know it's the fucking worst.
We'll get those in post.
We will. We'll add it in post. And I'm going to do it right in the middle of this.
Welcome to GC News, the only source you trust to tell you everything you need to know about what's happening all along the Promethean Highway. I'm your host, Sigourney Ellen. Our top stories this evening. Hiding from the light, controversial preacher Juno Angevin has disappeared from the public eye after her disastrous drunken ramble left dozens injured in a riot that lasted well into station morning. GC News was unable to reach her staff for comment on her current whereabouts. We'll keep you updated. Manhunt. GateSec is encouraging extreme caution when approaching the fugitives known as Pyotr Maitland and Sadar Lift Kanto. Pyotr, of course, being the son of famed gate physicist Gaius Galileo Maitland and famed ship designer Octavia Portia Maitland, née Akarita. The Maitlands are unavailable for comment at this time. Violence in the locks. Lockdown on the locks continues as violence has begun to escalate. A much heavier than usual GateSec presence has seemingly done little to pacify the situation. Reports are coming in of gunfire, arson, and theft running rampant in the area. Residents are advised to use extreme caution leaving their homes. We return with more after these messages.
Sentence, actually. So I'll just read off a quick recap of the previous session. We'll start with Juno. So the Scarred Man told you that your usefulness to the Jesuits of Christ was threatened if you didn't clean up Percy's mess. You wiped bits of brain and skull off of your face, insisting vehemently the entire time that you were never going to fuck. You brought in a German lady who Juno thought was French. Maybe my accents need work. Cleaner to get rid of the body and got kicked out of your house. You were bailed on by Glade before that, then contacted by Glade later to escort you off station. You walked to the locks uncharacteristically, but also I guess because Glade had jacked your car, so fair enough. You ended up in a Church of His Light shelter, which you rapidly realized, very quickly realized it was a front for the Jesuits of Christ. You met a priest who also struggling with his faith, but was willing to dance with, I guess, the opposite of the devil to try and get the resources he needed to help the people in the locks. Glade, you bailed on Juno, jacked her car, and then abandoned it. Then you used your vac suit to spacewalk around the GateSec blockade of the locks. I presume that Juno just had no problem. Like they were just like, yeah, you're doing God shit. That wasn't an oversight on my part. I thought about it beforehand, obviously. You were ambushed at your house by the Scotsman because you quote unquote fucked up. And you owe him a lot of money. He wants you to escort Juno to go meet a group named the Witnesses, who had wanted that gate tech who lost his life so tragically in the backseat of your car. You agreed, ended up pissed at the Scotsman, and therefore contacted the Redcoats, pip pip cheerio, a rival gang in Gate City to potentially kill the Scotsman with you. You then reached out to Juno to kind of coordinate escorting her off the station, who told you to meet her in the locks. Then you had an idea of actually making an alliance with the Jesuits of Christ against the Scotsman, and you found yourself outside of the same Church of His Light that Juno was currently in. Pyodor, you were advised to get off campus by your anonymous benefactor / co-academic. You took the book and some booze and fucked off to buy your way off the station, but unfortunately no one was willing to barter a passage in exchange for one moon boot and a lecture about nano NFTs. You headed to Lift's apartment as that was the only place that you could think of. You met Doug, preached the virtues of historical astroeconomics, and had leftover soup. Lift, you leapt across a shipping tube, found your way to the safe house, found the corpse of Admiral Colinar Knox, who had been shot in the head and anointed with oil in the shape of a cross. Found a message recorded on his data center that told you, basically apologized for not providing you with more narrative exposition previously, and also said to get the logs on your base implant checked. You took the data center, geared up, leaving the body covered by drawers. Then I have a note of Du Bois, because then the three of you all met up. You agreed to leave the apartment, setting fire to it, of course. Circled back to the safe house, finding a data stick hidden in the Admiral's boot, which unfortunately was smashed and will need to be repaired before the information on it can be accessed. Nedleds began pulsing a warning tone, and you fled the building. We ended the episode with a very cinematic scene, if I do say so myself, of a man with this scarred face witnessing Glade observing the church before smiling ominously and turning away.
Ominously?
Ominously.
Ominously.
Yep, ominously. Ominously. Ominously, yep. He smiled and just fish started falling out of his mouth. We will start our episode with... Let's start with Du Bois. So, Du Bois are running basically out of the building, or, whatever approximates running for Pyotr.
Hobbling with purpose.
I actually believe that we'd established that Doug and Lift were kind of shoulder under your shoulders kind of thing and trying to hurry you along.
Assisted hobbling with purpose.
Purpose, exactly. The Nedleds are closing in, and you can hear them. You can't quite see them. You're in kind of a bad spot. So what are you guys doing to try to get away from the fuzz?
Oh, boy. And we're carrying Pyotr.
Essentially, yeah. Essentially.
Assisting Piotr.
Assisted hobbling, I believe.
Assisted hobbling. How many Nedleds are there?
Because you can't see them at this point, make a listen check for me.
Oh, shit. I'm not very good at that. That is a failure.
A failure.
I'm
Okay.
going to make one as well there.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a success.
That is hilarious. this like 67-year-old man is like, oh, my finely tuned ears. So you Lift can't quite tell. You know there's more than one. But you, Piotr, you think that there's at least 3 that are converging on this location, which I don't know if Piotr would know this, but that's like kind of excessive. Like Nedleds are pretty serious devices, so honestly, one Nedled would be enough to take on like a decent amount of gunmen.
Oh dear.
So,
Gentlemen, there seem to be multiple of these need leads. I don't know what the provincials call it. Yeah, that are coming towards us. I don't think we're going to make it.
Well, normally in these circumstances, I would say we pick up the pace. Whereas I think now, unfortunately...
I can't pick up anything. I've been picked up.
Yes, we're going to have to move you much faster. We should make for a building where we can isolate them potentially, or just hide. Is there anywhere nearby where we can jump in, get away?
That's an interesting question. I would say, because you're kind of in a section of the locks where a lot of these buildings have been kind of like boarded up or like tenement, like kind of abandoned.
And so they're kind of like the detritus of modern society, just kind of lining these avenues or boulevards. Like there's like garbage piles and like maybe a flaming barrel, maybe like an old timey like 1950s unhoused person with like fingerless gloves warming their hands over it.
Absolutely.
I would like to grab a bottle from Doug. I'm assuming Doug has a bottle.
Oh, of course.
Okay. And I'm going to grab that and I'm going to say, put me down near that barrel.
We will do that.
Okay. The flaming barrel. Yeah, absolutely. The guy there with his fingerless gloves. I don't know how to add to that joke in a way, but we'll just leave it as that because that was good. You did good.
Okay.
Good job, Alex.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So he puts you down beside that. You grab the bottle from Doug.
Doug in and of himself is a bit older and is freshly retrieved from the streets. I will advise that Doug actually stay with Piotr. 1, they both love alcohol. 2, they both like being warm. And I'm the fastest of all of us, and I can find another way to ditch these things.
Gotcha. So you're going to try to draw their fire.
I will, yes.
Okay. Yeah. And well, speaking of fire, it sounds like Piotr had a plan.
So my plan is just to hide around the barrel by appearing as though we're also part of the indigent population. And I will obtain the acceptance of the individual already warming their hands around the fire by just passing him a lip of the bottle and just kind of grunting at him going,
There's a crow up on one of the buildings.
Why is there a crow in a space station?
It's dead.
Then how did it caw?
There's a Bluetooth speaker attached to its body.
A nano speaker.
A nano Bluetooth.
The birds are actually the surveillance. They're all surveillance birds.
that conspiracy about birds aren't real, that's true. That's actually just a known fact in Gate Cities.
Oh, no.
If you see a bird, it's not a real bird.
Oh, God.
I would like to down the bottle and throw it at the bird to make it go away.
Hell yeah. Make a I don't know, fuck, what do I make a 63-year-old
weird. What type
man?
of skill would I use to throw something?
Yeah, I know, right? If only there was something specifically. Yes, make a swim check. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, make a throw check. Make a throw check.
So it's a fail.
A fail. You throw the bottle at the bird, the fake bird with the Bluetooth speaker, nano Bluetooth, I think we decided, and the bottle smashes. I'm presuming you threw an empty bottle that was like around the fire.
I did.
Not, yeah. Okay. It smashes. And the bird doesn't fly away because, as mentioned, it's the corpse of a bird with the speaker in it.
All right.
Does it disconnect the Bluetooth, though?
On a failure, no.
Too bad.
Although you do briefly hear the doo-doo-doo-doo noise of, like, searching, and then it reconnects immediately. Doo-doo.
Well, now I guess at least we know it's a Bluetooth speaker, and that technology is at least 1,000 years old, so hopefully it should fail soon. There cannot be tech support for that at this point.
Lift, you had fucked off to try to draw the Nedleds away.
Yes.
Piotr, you are trying to disguise yourself as a vagrant, basically?
Yes.
Okay, that's a short trip for Piotr, so I'm gonna get you to make it'll be a stealth roll, I think.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to give you a bonus dice on this, at least.
That's
That's good.
thing.
What'd you roll?
A 98 and then a 100.
Okay, well, one of those isn't the most critical of failures.
Can you roll under disguise?
Jesus.
I just want this to fail. Just like, let's roll. Just let the dice roll. This is
So
amazing.
I think what I'm doing is I'm standing around there like passing for somebody who is unhoused very well, and just like looking like any other kind of tramp walking the street, like a canonical old-timey tramp. And then right as one of the Ned Leds rolls by, I look at the guy who was at the barrel before me. I go, "Are you familiar with the principles of historical astroeconomics?" And I think the Ned Leds just wheel and they're like,
So you say that. I would say that, like, you say that Pyotr is, like, I imagine probably had to hide from some version of authority at some point, so says it, he says it kind of quietly, you say it kind of quietly to him as the Ned Leds are, like, passing over top, and he just goes, "You think I'm a capitalist?"
I mean, I assume so. That's what do you
Capitalism-
have to lose, right?
Capitalism's a scam, man. Like, we should just abolish currency. It should just be like, I would describe myself as kind of an anarcho-communist, actually.
Oh yeah, you're an anarcho-communist.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it. Just
How's that going for you, sir?
Dude, you giving me shit? Like, well, what the fuck do you believe? Historical
I'm not giving you, I'm just
astroeconomic?
saying, I came up here, I paid you like half of that bottle to stand around this fire. It was an agreement. That worked pretty well for all parties. And now you're here saying that I should have just, rolled up and shared the fire?
That's exactly what you did. You didn't.
Well, then can I have my grain alcohol back, please? That was absolutely transactional.
I got your fucking grain alcohol right here. And he starts, like, undoing his pants to, as you into it to, like, piss on your shoes. And as you guys are yelling at each other, the Ned Leds.
Joke's on him. I don't have any shoes. I sold my moon boot.
And you're just like, these aren't even my shoes. These belong to a dead guy. The Ned Leds just, as you're kind of getting into this yelling match, at some point, Doug is just like, my friend, Pyotr.
Not now, Doug. We're talking about important things.
And he just, like, very lightly, like, boxes you in the ears to try to get your attention and points up. And you see a Ned Led just all of a sudden the two spotlights focusing on you. And we'll pause you there. Lift.
Yes.
How are you trying to draw the Ned Leds away?
So I imagine this whole kerfuffle at the Barrel of Warmth happened almost immediately after I departed.
That's what
It feels like, all right, you're safe. I turn around. Shit.
You just hear yelling from the alley, like, socialism.
All right. I am going to make use of my favored skill. I'm going to throw shit at the Ned Leds to draw them away.
It's in your wheelhouse.
It is in my wheelhouse. I don't know if this is knowledge that I would have. If I were to throw one of my small knives at a Ned Led, would it damage it to the point where it ceases to function, or would it be like looking around, just who poked me that way? Why would you do that?
It would kind of be like, throwing a lawn dart at a semi-truck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But I would say, yeah, because it's going to be so armored, honestly, that a small knife probably wouldn't do much. However, I will say Doug is particularly good. Not Doug, sorry. Lift is particularly good at throwing things. If you want to make the check, you want to hawk one of your small knives, and you get an extreme success specifically, I would let you do damage to the Ned Led, and that would be enough to maybe kind of distract it. If you're throwing it at the one that's
No, I'll throw
focused
something
on.
else.
Okay.
So they're currently, momentarily distracted by Pyotr and the barrel.
Correct.
I will take my grenade, my frag grenade, and I'm going to throw it across the street into one of the windows of these abandoned homes so that they turn around and focus on the explosive happening.
Shit. Yeah, I'd fucking do it. All right, yeah, go ahead and make a throw check for me.
Amazing. Now, one moment. Let me access my incredible technological advancements that I own inside of my body.
Your cybernetic enhancements.
That's the one.
Homebrewed by me, folks, in case you're
Correct.
flipping through your Keeper's rulebook and you're like, where are cybernetics? Because I made it up in my dumb brain.
I just need to access it. Here we go.
Smart brain. Big brain.
So,
Yeah, I was trying to be humble.
using...
Catherine's a
I'm
bit
actually-
Was it in the
positive.
shower, though?
Oh, yeah.
I will use my visual combat cortex,
Hell yeah.
and using 6 magic points, I will gain a bonus dice to throw this grenade.
Hell yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Amazing.
And so you're not throwing it at the Ned Lead, you're throwing it
No.
across the street. So you're trying to use the explosion as a...
Exactly,
Yeah, gotcha.
because the way I see it, they're distracted by a group of people being very loud and violent, which is what they've been programmed to look for. So if I make violence happen across the street, we can skitter away using that distraction.
Yeah, for sure. I would say a grenade detonating trumps academic debate.
Yes. All right, I will throw.
It's not a debate. I'm educating him. There's no debating happening.
That, my friend, is an extreme success.
Extreme success.
With a
Hell yeah.
4 on the dice.
Holy shit. All right. Fuck yeah. On an extreme success, here's what happens. So you pull the pin on the grenade, or I think as previously established, 14-digit activation code, and you huck it into this obviously abandoned building. I was thinking maybe I was going to fuck with you emotionally and say, something, but you got an extreme success. All
If he dies, he dies.
No civilians dead on this particular day for Lyft.
Thank God.
Yeah, you huck the grenade into this abandoned building just as another Ned Lead kind of crests over top of it. Huge explosion. And you see the Ned Lead kind of just cop a whole bunch of fucking, debris and stuff as the building explodes. The frag grenade definitely was not that powerful. You gather that something very explosive was being housed in there. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me, actually.
That's a 4.
4. You do 4 points of damage to the Ned Lead that it was focusing on Piotr, as all of a sudden it kind of starts to raise into the air, compensating, and its little like drone fans or whatever that are going, keeping it up, and it immediately turns away from you and Doug Piotr. You get the sense, from the enormous explosion that this is a window of opportunity for you to do something.
I'll be waving them over into the alleyway fervently.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me as well, Lift.
You've got it. Fail.
Okay. All right. We'll just hold that in our mind.
Yep.
We'll hold that complexity. Piotr.
Doug, time to go. Let's take advantage of this opportunity the free market has offered us.
Yeah. Obviously.
And,
of course.
And we're going to book it as fast as Piotr can. So like a medium speed walk towards the nearest alley. We're not necessarily going towards where Lyft is. We're just trying to get away from the Ned Lead.
Okay. Yeah, Doug tries to help you move a little bit faster, but is not able to. So you're just trying to move basically the opposite direction of the Ned Lead.
Yep.
So also away from Lyft. Doug, I'm also going to have him do a spot hidden check. That's a 95. He doesn't see you waving, unfortunately. So yeah, the two of you just fuck off like deeper into the alley, and you can see the guy who is arguing with you about anarcho-communism is basically just kind of standing at the fire, like hasn't moved even after the explosion, and is just yelling obscenities at this Ned Lead, fucking police state, rah, 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 rah.
I yell back, communism always leads to totalitarianism.
There's an empty glass bottle just smashes beside your head as you looked, and now he's like, fucking bootlicking piece of shit, fuck you. Lyft.
Yes.
There are now, this Ned Lead is now focused on you. One of the Ned Leads is, basically like retreated out of the fight. You can hear a second one approaching in the distance. What are you doing? You've tried to like hide in the alleyway, but you can tell that it has
It's not
triangulated
working.
your position.
All right. And seeing as how the locks is kind of my stomping ground, would I know anywhere where I could try and blend in a little bit better, or am I just kind of stuck in alleyways at this point?
You got an extreme success in your throat check. So for that, because I like rewarding that type of success, and also I have to because it's the rules. But I would say in the locks, given that this is kind of the mechanical heart of Gate City, there are all sorts of access tunnels and, sewage tunnels and things like that. The question is just going to be how you access it. Because you got an extreme success, I would give you a chance to kind of do so, for free, essentially, before that Nedlet is able to kind of establish visual contact with you.
Yes. All right. So I imagine because this area is in a state of disrepair, I will see one of these entry points. I will take my large knife and pry it open off the ground using the fact that it is not maintained to my advantage, giving me a window of opportunity to slip into the sewage system and hopefully lose this large robot friend.
Okay, interesting. I'll give you an opportunity to invest in my new cryptocurrency. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out which skill we would use here. Make a mech repair check, a mechanical repair check for me first. If you succeed on this, any degree of success, I will let you use your intelligence, make an intelligence check to use your knife to pry open this thing, because you will have understood, the function of like all the pieces of this.
Yeah.
If you fail at this, it will be a strength check.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. No, very bad failure.
Okay.
Very bad.
No worries.
Huge
Even a critical
bad.
failure. A huge bad. Wait, how huge bad?
A fumble. Fumble, chef.
Was it 99?
It was.
Holy shit.
Was not 100, but it was
Boys
99.
are rolling high.
Yeah, we are high rollers tonight. Yeah.
We are doing so good while being chased by the police.
If this was D&D, you'd be fucking crushing it.
Oh, I'd be doing so good.
But it isn't. A taint, if you will.
It feels like a taint at this point.
So you on a big bad fail like that.
Huge bad.
I'm just gonna say make your next check. This will be a strength check. I'm tempted to give you a penalty dice, but I'm not going to because I'm going to punish you in other
you
ways.
probably don't even need to. I'm not very strong. I take it back. That's a critical success.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So you spend, 1 or 2 seconds just trying to figure out the mechanisms, figure out your best angle of leverage. And then you can just hear this going, this Nedlet getting closer, and you hear the minigun on it spooling up as it's kind of getting ready to get into the alley there. And there's just this moment of fuck it. You just jam your knife in and yank, and you notice that the hinges that held this particular access panel closed just are super rusted and just totally break. Lift the thing off, and you dive in. Make a luck check for me.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get you to roll as many times as possible.
I succeed.
You succeed. Okay, so it's not a sewage
Thank
duct,
God.
basically. There is a bunch of unshielded wires in it. You get the sense that this is I say unshielded, they're coated, but it's not. This is basically a huge conduit for a lot of the power that kind of runs through the locks. So you can move around in here. It's not like you're worried about necessarily touching a lot of these wires, but any sort of violence happening in this will require some checks to make sure you don't super fry yourself, because there's a lot of power moving through this.
Is there a terminal that I can see in this wire for this one?
As you kind of dive in, I will say you do see a terminal up ahead. However, the door is now fully open and you can hear the Nedlet is kind of approaching. I will give you, if you make a dex check, you can close this before the Nedlet sees it, if you get a regular or better success.
That is a regular or better success on dex.
Wonderful. Excellent. Those are the terms. So you manage to close this panel. You hear the... Keep doing this noise. I'm just kidding. You hear the Nedlet overhead, and then just kind of eventually... starts to move away.
All right.
This is good content, guys. This is really good.
Okay. Moment to breathe. I've lost my Doug. I've
So
lost
the Nedlet
Piotr.
overhead went to bed, or is it dead?
Went to bed. It's been said that it went to bed.
All right. So I'm alone. I've lost Doug. I've lost Piotr. They don't know where to find anything, but hopefully they're safe. That's a win. That's a win. I'll just try and find a reasonable way out of here without being caught by the angry policeman robot.
Okay. Yeah, there is a terminal up ahead.
Perfect. Perhaps I can also use this to my advantage. I don't know if this is the appropriate track, but using the terminal, would sysops be the thing here, or would it be more like
What would you
libraries?
like to do?
I would like to see if Seeing as how this would be a power station, and me being a man of relative intelligence, would I be able to cause a system short or a reboot using the system in front of me in an area of the city?
I could see sysops being a decent skill for that. What specifically? So you're trying to do it in a specific area. When you say you're trying to cause like a power outage, are you like just basically trying to shut all the lights off in a specific area?
Yes.
Okay.
Thinking about how Piotr is far less mobile than myself, he can't really dive into places. So if I could turn the lights off, I could give him and Doug more cover.
For sure. I would say something like that, like not impossible, but difficult. So if you wanted to do this, it would be a sysops check, be looking for a hard success. Now, that being said, this is kind of interacting with an electrical system, even through, a kind of user interface like this. None of this, it's not like a very friendly UI. This is obviously designed for somebody who kind of already has the technical training to use it. You can do this. I will give you a penalty dice on this. So penalty dice looking for a hard success. I recognize that's very difficult, and I've kind of created it like but I feel like that this would actually be pretty difficult.
It makes sense. No, of course it would be. Is there just a clean way out of here other than that if I try this and it doesn't really go my way?
There's like you can continue following the
yeah,
the wire.
Well, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give it a shot all the same. With a penalty dice, huge fail. Big, huge fail again.
Wait, how big, huge fail?
The same as the last time. It's 99.
Oh my god!
It could have been a critical success, but it's not because of the penalty dice.
Well, I did this to you.
You did, and I walked into it.
I like, in my mind, that was a mea culpa on my part, but you were like, yeah, no, you were right. I'm a fucking idiot. Like, you took it on yourself as well, and I respect the hell out of it. I do. Okay, fuck me. On a big fail.
Huge fail.
Huge fail. On a huge fail, you give it a shot. And a lot of the language used is very like deliberately jargony, right? Like it's a deliberate technical jargon, but Lift is a very smart guy and has worked with these kind of systems before. And you're actually able to figure it out reasonably well. There's one point where you start to try to like, you're taking one avenue through these kind of like menus and submenus to try to get to shutting the lights off. And it asks for a password. And so what would Lift do in this particular scenario?
So it asks for a password. What
would Lift do in a roll to 99 version of this scenario?
It asks for a password? Mm-hmm. I try the first password that I think of.
Which is?
Peanut butter.
Shit, that's what I had written down.
Peanut butter 3.
Oh, man. Almost, Yeah. I'd like to think that you type in peanut butter and you're like, and then just... can't be that simple, and you put in the thing and then a notification pops up. It's like, oh, you almost got it, but put the last thing in.
Oh, you pesky computer.
And then
it's okay, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. You put this in and you hit submit, and then instantly you just see the screen flash red, and you know that this terminal has been logged immediately for tampering. One failed password attempt seems kind of intense, but you recognize that this is obviously pretty high stakes. This is kind of like one of the main powers for the station. So so you know now that your position has been marked.
Perfect. I have to leave really quickly again. This is so stressful.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. Yeah, you fuck off. So Piotr and Doug have begun to hobble away. What was Piotr's game plan?
So I feel like there's a very slow version of Yakety Sax playing throughout this whole chase. Like da 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 da. Piotr's game plan is to get as far as he can into the alleys and buildings with Doug and hope that the large, inexplicable explosion behind him will distract the Nedleds.
Okay. Because of because of Lift's choices, I will say you can make another stealth check for me, and I will give you a bonus dice on this roll as well. I'd recommend using different dice than those ones, because those ones are obviously cursed.
I'm sure they'll do fine.
And?
So I succeed on the stealth check.
Okay. All right.
But like fucking barely. Like the dice were still not kind.
They were deciding as they were rolling. Hell yeah. So easily enough for you to do so. You disappear into the building. You can see the Nedled, or you can kind of hear the Nedled just kind of doing circles, trying to acquire you guys as targets. And then As you guys are kind of entering this like disused building and kind of weaving through it to try to get to the other side, you hear gate sec operatives, and you can see the flash of flashlights, kind of going into these like boarded up windows. You guys just hit the deck. You can hear, this one's clear, moving on to the next building. And you can see that now gate sec humans, peoples, have now started to comb the area. We're going to hit pause there on you guys. Glade, could you make a spot hidden check for me?
That's a fail.
Fail. A lot of that going around. Okay, no worries. You end up looking at the Church of His Light. You know that this is probably your best bet to make contact with the Jesuits of Christ, should you wish.
Oh, fucking hell, Glade. What are you doing? All right. Glade walks into the building.
Okay. What is Juno doing in the building currently?
After talking with the priest in it's not quite a church, but it's what did you call it?
It's like a shelter. So there was like a little chapel area.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is definitely more of a shelter than a church.
Yeah. I think she's sitting down and kind of trying to crisis manage her situation, but isn't doing a great job of the external factors, but focusing in on herself, sitting, just thinking there.
Gotcha. Make a sanity check for me. Not necessarily to see if you lose sanity, but just to see kind of where Juno is at as far as that kind of internal crisis management. It's a 99, isn't it?
The 98?
Oh, okay.
Welcome to our podcast. The dice aren't all right.
Lesson learned, we need to drink more like last episode. The dice were better.
Exactly.
Yeah, loosen the dice up.
The dice like us more when we drink.
Apparently. I mean, I think we like us more when we drink too, which is maybe concerning. But before the last episode, Tom's lovely wife, Moira, liquored us up and then kept the booze flowing the entire episode. So we were a little bit sauced.
I'm sure you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I'm sure you couldn't tell at all. It was probably just premium sober content. However, okay, fuck me. On a check, you're still not going to lose sanity, but I just imagine it's just ping-ponging, going back and forth like this kind of like roller coaster of emotions between, just basically going into shock at all the things, this kind of delayed onset shock. On a fail on that sanity check, Glade, I'm not even going to make you roll like a spot hidden check to spot Juno. Your eyes are just kind of immediately drawn to Juno, and you see her there just obviously losing her shit. Not in a very like violent or very external way losing her shit, but just the look.
Great. Someone else can't handle their shit. All right.
Jesus Christ. Glade is fucking ruthless.
She's currently wearing her butterfly mask, by the way.
The most ruthless creature in the animal kingdom, to be fair.
Exactly. Watch it.
The butterfly.
Do I see anyone when I walk in aside from Juno? Like, is there?
You can see this man in priestly robes who is kind of like checking in on Juno. Make a psychology check for me. I keep making you do this, and I don't think you have any skill in it. And I think it's the skill that made you roll the most.
That's an extreme success.
This game is rigged.
Holy shit! Oh, incredible. Okay.
I like how for once in her fucking life, Glade is able to look at another human and just like understand something about them. And she's gonna like, ew, weird.
You're not gonna fuck me or pay me. Like, why am I paying attention to you? Yeah, you look at this guy and you can see him kind of glancing at Juno, and you can see on an extreme success, there is a bit of just like general empathetic concern for another human being who's very obviously going through a hard time. There's also a bit of fear in his eyes. On an extreme success, I would say that you notice his fear seems to be for Juno's sake, and his eyes also keep darting back towards a closed door. And this is basically kind of like a big open space. There's like a chapel area kind of in one corner of it, and then the rest is kind of looks like broken up between a series of bunk beds 4 high basically to the ceiling, and a kind of communal eating area with just like a lot of tables and like a kind of kitchen that's off in the corner. And you can see his eyes darting between Juno and this closed door at the back of the building, which has quite what looks like a very sturdy lock, a digital lock kind of like built into the door. And it looks like it's been like shielded and is like bulletproof and all that kind of shit, which seems kind of out of place given the nature of this establishment.
Okay, I walk up to the guy.
Okay, to the priest, you got it.
Do the Jesuit, would I know what like a common greeting the Jesuits would use?
May the force be with you.
And also with you.
And also with you, yeah. Raised Catholic, whenever you hear that, you're always like, and also with you. Shit.
Wrong IP.
Make a history check for me.
Ah, shit.
I'm just going to try to figure out every skill you haven't put points in and make you roll the shit out of them.
That's fail.
That's a fail. Okay. Nothing really comes to mind. Wait, what did you roll? Because if you critically failed, it wasn't a
No, I
critical
didn't
failure?
critically
Okay, yeah, because then I would say...
Shalom!
Yeah, you absolutely know. And it's 100% wrong.
L'chaim, brother.
All right. So you don't specifically know any Church of His Light greetings.
Right. Okay. So Glade walks up to him and she's like, hey.
He, from kind of managing some things, he's kind of like assigning tasks to that very few volunteers you can tell are just kind of running the show here. He just looks at you. He kind of pulls back a little bit and just looks you up and down. He says, how can I help you?
Well, I'm actually here to help Juno over there.
And his eyes immediately go wide. He just gives you this like, shh. Yes, to help the woman who just arrived.
The woman who's lost her mind over there. Yeah.
Yeah, she is having a hard time, it seems. Who might you be?
My name's Glade.
Glade. Mm-hmm. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Daniel. How do you know that this woman, our mutual friend?
I drive her around sometimes. Out of the goodness of my heart, I give her a lift here and there.
Go ahead and make a fast talk check for me, because it's absolutely not out of the goodness of your heart.
Failure.
His eyes just squint. He goes, well, if you wouldn't mind just waiting by the entrance, I will let her know that you're here.
I kind of like signal to him to like kind of lean in.
He kind of squints a little bit, and then he very carefully leans in, just watching you very closely.
So in a whispering tone, Glade says, yeah, I know. You can cut through the bullshit. She pays me to drive her around, but obviously we're trying to keep her under wraps here. Who's behind that locked door?
It's I don't know who you are. I don't know what you two are to each other. I'm not in the habit of disclosing the information you're asking for to random people who pop in off the street. I am in the business of protecting the people who come into this building. What do you want with her?
She needs me to give her a lift. We can go talk to her.
Every time you say that, I just look over at Tom. I'm like, yeah.
And I am all in for keeping her safe.
At this point, I will say, Catherine just gave
Are
me
you?
such a look.
I want Daniel to drive me around.
He's a terrible driver. Okay, go ahead and make a persuade check for me. I will give you a bonus dice on this because as far as I am aware anyway, that is the truth.
I'm going to spend 5 luck to succeed.
Spend 5 luck to succeed. Okay. Yeah. On a success, you can just see him weighing it in his mind. And then this realization seems to hit him and he looks you up and down and you can see in his face, based on that extreme success before in your psychology check, there's just this realization that if you decided that you were going to cause trouble, like he's not the guy to stop you. Like he just kind of successfully just reads your whole demeanor. And Glade at this point, I imagine, I don't know if she's in her like body armor or anything like that, but he just reads very accurately this air of like danger kind of to Glade. He says, well, we'll go over together. If she asks you to leave, I expect you to.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I'm not the only one here, just so you know.
Look,
I'm not trying to measure dicks with you. I just wanted you to know. She's here right now. I'm looking out for her as best I can.
And is she in danger here?
We should go talk to her. We'll talk together. We'll go together.
All right.
He brings you over to Juno.
Glade, what are you?
What's up, lady?
You made it here, and have you met Daniel? He's wonderful. He's been wonderful. It's all going to be okay. We're cleaning up now. It's all being taken care of.
Is this okay?
Well, it's not really okay. She left me to die with a crazy man.
Oh my
But
God,
I
lady.
will concede that you did come back to my aid. She can remain.
Right, because I put the crazy scarred-faced man in your house.
And his eyes go wide. I think you guys should leave immediately.
Sounds great. Come on.
Do you have any, like a juice box or something that I can...
I grab her arm to start pulling her out. Like,
yes.
let's go.
Make a luck check for me.
I haven't eaten for so long and my blood sugar seems low. That is a success.
Hell yeah. Yes, Alex.
A small child in a dragon costume wanders up to you and hands you a juice box and says, "Here you go."
Is it orange? Orange is my favorite.
No, we only have grape left.
Thank you, Balthazar.
Anytime. And he wanders away.
So,
You have a Capri Sun. I'm just so exhausted.
So, a child in a dragon costume named Balthazar comes up to you, gives you purple drink, and do you allow Glade to hustle you out of there?
I do. I clutch my juice box and go with Glade.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I would like to give you something next
as
time I'm
like,
here.
pulling her out.
Okay.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Be safe. Keep her safe.
Finger gun at Daniel.
Okay.
It's an audio medium.
Hell yeah. So you two go to exit the Church of His Light. We will pause you there. Piotr, you and Doug are making your way. You failed. No, sorry, you succeeded on your last stealth check.
I failed the first one. I succeeded on the second one.
Gotcha.
yes.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble keeping track.
Of all the failures. Yeah.
Lots of failures this session.
So,
Sound like my dad. Jeez.
holy shit. Whew. All right. Anyhow, so you succeeded on your last failure. You can see there GateSec operatives kind of combing the area. It seems like there's at least a dozen in the immediate vicinity of you guys in the building, and you can tell they are double and triple checking them. The first one was doing, kind of like a sweep through, and then in the distance, make a listen check for me, please. Because you are presumably being quiet, and I'll let you decide. You can get a bonus dice on this if you would like.
Nope, don't need it. That is a hard success on the listen check.
Okay, very good. On a hard success, you can tell now they're starting to like bust into the buildings and search them more thoroughly. So it's a matter of time before they get into this building that you and Doug have hidden in.
Piotr looks at Doug and goes, "Doug, don't worry. It's there's a way to deal with this. It's very simple. All we need to do is," and I'm going to roll fast talk because Peter has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
All right.
That is a success on the fast talk. So Piotr is going to look at Doug and say, "Doug, this is all a matter of simple mathematics. We just need to time the sweeps and understand when they're coming and where they're coming from, and we can slip out in between the waves and make our way back to your good friend there and my colleague Lift. Are you with me, Doug?"
You can see him, because I also rolled a psychology check for him, and he got a 5. But this is interesting because that's actually not a bad plan. That's actually like a reasonable plan. So I get it.
For
That
plans I propose to you, yeah.
yeah, actually, yeah, in the realm of an Alex plan. That's
in Alex space.
but that's as good a plan as any. You can see him, his eyes kind of narrow and kind of looks you up and down. You can see, I imagine Piotr has seen this look before. The look of somebody who's just kind of making a realization of how much you're just kind of improvising, shall we say?
Yeah, he saw that from the thesis panel on the 1st, 3rd, 7th, 9th, and 12th times. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see his head kind of cock, and he says, "Well, it's not a terrible idea, although my friend, I must admit I have concerns about your mobility. We will need to move quickly in this type of endeavor."
Doug, I understand your concerns, but the theory of this is what's important. I need you to focus on the theory, Doug. It's about us theoretically leaving here alive, and if we can do it theoretically, everything else is minor.
Well, you are an academician. Go ahead and make one more fast talk check for me.
Hair dye is rolling down Piotr's face at the moment. That is a fail.
A fail. He says, well, I must admit, I am hoping for more concrete results in our escape attempt. Perhaps we should consider our alternatives. Maybe there's some way of entering the access tunnels. There's quite a bit of mechanical tunnels and infrastructure under our very feet. Perhaps we should consider using that instead.
Doug, I'm going to admit that the idea of crawling through tunnels is both figuratively and literally beneath me. But if you want to use your lower base cunning to lead us out of here through such underfoot and underhanded means, then I will follow you for this one time.
He says, he just looks at you. Well, I sincerely appreciate your faith in me. Let's have a look around. And he's going to look for some way into, some sort of like access tunnel or something like that. He's going to make a spot hidden check. If you would like to help him, he can get a bonus dice on this, or you can make the spot hidden check if you want to kind of take the lead and he can give you a bonus dice.
I will help Doug.
Okay, gotcha. I'll tell you what, just to make me feel better for, having an NPC who's basically leading you around by the nose, you go ahead and roll the units dice, tens die. Yeah.
That's a 30 on the tens die.
30. He got a 20. Amazing. Very quickly, he spots an access tunnel. Now, this, I will get you to roll. Make a luck check for me.
Shit.
Well, it's funny you should say shit.
99.
Oh my god.
The fourth 99.
Somebody throw those dice away.
Don't do it, they're gemstones.
99.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you 3 guesses as to the what this access to this the specific tunnel is labeled.
Sewage, and sewage.
All 3 for 3, baby. And you can tell, even Doug, not being a very hands-on guy at all, can tell that this hatch is very well maintained. It's not locked because, why would they lock it? So this is an active sewage pipe that you guys have access to here.
Doug, don't open that. Doug,
Friend,
don't do it.
It's either that or get pinched.
Doug, I want to be very clear. Under no circumstances will I voluntarily enter that pipe. Absolutely none.
You hear as the GateSec operatives are starting to hammer down the door that you and Doug kind of, I imagine, haphazardly barricaded on your way in. He just kind of looks at you with his hands in the air like, come on.
Doug, do you have another bottle?
I was keeping this one in reserve. And he pulls it out, and it is the finest of not malt liquor.
Pure just going to grab the not malt liquor and down the whole thing. And I think he still needs to make a power roll to overcome the idea that he's better than everybody else, and the idea that he's of a superior strata in society, and the idea that now he is going to take all of the privilege in the galaxy and throw it into a sewer pipe.
Amazing. Yeah. Because you're chugging this entire bottle of liquor, I'm going to give you a bonus dice on this power check, and then we'll come to a con check for chugging the entire bottle of liquor afterwards.
Okay, so that is a success. It's a hard success on the power check.
Hard success. You know what? I'm going to leave that up to you. Do you think a hard success would be sufficient to get Piotr into this tunnel?
It is, but there's going to be consequences.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Okay. Amazing. Let's do this. I just rubbed my hands together like a freaking vaudevillian guy. Yeah, so he opens it. There's this wafting smell of shit just kind of coming to you. At least it doesn't seem to be this like raging river of shit. It seems like there is, at the moment, it's not the like 5 o'clock flush hour or whatever. So, there's just this. Catherine looks so unimpressed.
It's so bad. So bad. Just poop.
It's just poop. Everybody poops. Everybody poops, Catherine.
Chris Rock and Jackie Chan are down there.
Incredible. So there's this overpowering stench of shit encrusted on the walls. It's everywhere. We don't need to go into it. It's a shitty tunnel. We understand it's a sewage pipe. You get in, so Doug is willing to enter the shit tunnel first, and he just kind of doesn't seem happy about it either, but just kind of like grabs the bottle.
You're just trying to put on a brave face, and it's just like, how's the water, Doug?
He says, well, it's warm, which is not comforting.
That's not good.
And he grabs the bottle, and it's empty at this point, but he just kind of like shoves his pinky into the hole and like fishes it around a bit, and then just like shoves it up his nose, obviously in an attempt to get the alcohol to just like blast his senses out, and just goes in and starts moving down the tunnel. You hear the crash as the door is broken open.
Peter gets in the tunnel.
Gets in the tunnel. Go ahead and make a sanity. Feet first. Yeah, that makes sense. Make a sanity check for me.
That is a fail.
A fail. Okay. You're going to roll a D2. Take a D2 of sanity damage for me.
That's 1.
1 point of sanity damage. Oof. And I'm going to get you to make a con check with a penalty dice.
That is a success.
A success? Hell yeah. This liver has seen some literal and a lot of figurative shit. Yeah, you feel your gorge rising as you kind of like your foot kind of hits the sorry, Gavin, I forgot the rule. Hits the
I'll just make weird faces.
Shit. Okay, it's good. Hits the shit, and then you take the other step in, and there's this squelching, and it is warm. It's not a comforting warmth in this tunnel, but it is significantly warmer than it was outside. It feels like it's like sticking to your skin, and there's this moment like your gorge just rises, but you manage to...
I mean, I feel like the reason I succeed the con check is because I just started vomiting immediately.
But because you succeeded, you managed to do so quietly. I'll leave it up to Piotr. Would he have the presence of mind to like close this?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
Under no circumstances would he.
All right. You guys make your way through this tunnel. You can kind of hear in the distance some gate sec operatives talking. Make a listen check for me. I feel like I went from not getting you guys to roll a lot to getting you guys to roll like crazy.
That is a success on the listen check.
A success. Okay. On a success, you hear, shit. I think they went in the fucking sewage tunnels. Really? Why? Fuck, I don't know, man. Well, now we get it. Where does this one go? And then, oh yeah, shit. We'll just look up the plan. I'm not getting in that. Are you fucking crazy?
I don't get paid enough for that.
Exactly.
And Piotr fucking dies a little more.
Yeah, so you guys keep going. It seems like this is like one of the main sewage ducts, because there are lots of pipes that kind of like shoot off from this or feed into this rather, but they're quite narrow. So they're definitely, no more really than like a foot across at the widest. This is like the kind of main one, and this main pipe doesn't seem to go super far. You guys are kind of like making your way through it. Piotr has his little portable data center out with like the flashlight on, guiding your way. Actually, no, there's no flashlight. He's doing like the phone screen thing where he's just like, kind of dimly trying to see ahead.
He sees a little snake just poke its head up, and then the walls start closing in.
Oh man, 100%. Go ahead and make a spot hidden check for me with a penalty dice.
With penalty dice?
Yeah.
That is a fail.
Fail. Okay. No worries. You make your way to the end of this tunnel, and you see this like ladder, and there are pipes that continue going, but it looks like it splits into a bunch of those smaller pipes. This ladder leads up to an access hatch. Doug is like, short trip. You ready?
No, Doug. No, I'm not ready. But let's do it anyways, I guess.
All right. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first, Doug.
Okay. Gets you to...
even more slowly than normal, just climbs up.
Blue defeated eyes. All right, hell yeah. Lift. So, remind me where Lift left. He failed his stealth check.
I ran into an electrical room and then tried to short it out, failed in doing so, and then rapidly left that room as well.
Gotcha. Lift is just kind of like making his way through what is essentially just like a huge conduit for a bunch of wiring. You kind of encounter a fork in this conduit where it seems to, well, it's a fork, yeah, it splits into two different directions. Go ahead and make a listen check for me.
Oh god. That is a fail.
A fail. Okay. You start hearing the voices of who you can very clearly determine are GateSec operatives, but you don't know which direction they're coming from. They might be coming down either of the two paths, or they might be coming behind you.
Oh, God. They're everywhere. I'm surrounded. All right. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. But Doug says the left is law. What a pickle. Trust in Douglas. I'm going to go left with the fork.
Okay. I am going to roll
Okay.
some dice.
Very well.
Fuck me. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for a D6. Here we go. All right.
Yes.
1 or 2,
Uh-huh.
they were behind you. 3 or 4, they were in the left tunnel. 5 or 6, they were in the right tunnel.
I like those odds.
I'm going to roll this in the open.
Okay.
Actually, why don't you roll it for me?
I don't like the odds anymore.
I've never heard you make that noise.
I don't like the odds anymore.
Motherfucker.
I'm going to have to kill people. Anyways, that's a 3. I walked into them.
Okay, I'll ask, is knowing that they're somewhere, even on a failed listen check, would Lift be going kind of carefully?
Yes,
Okay, I will let you make a stealth check.
as is his way. I will proceed stealthily.
Gotcha.
Brother Christ, save me.
You can always push the roll as well. You don't necessarily have to spend luck, but the consequences for a pushed roll exist. Premium content.
This is a tough one. All right, I will go ahead and use 9 luck to succeed.
Damn. Already. On a successful stealth check, you can see this tunnel that you're going down, the tunnel you've chosen, isn't a straight line. There's kind of like a natural, like, curvature, a couple curves to it, actually. And as you're kind of rounding a big, long curve, you see that there are flashlights, obviously, coming the other way. You can see them kind of, like, reflecting on the wall. And you can hear very low voices and, like, footfalls rapidly approaching you.
I will take advantage of the natural curvature of this hallway, and so they can't see me, but I know they're coming.
You know they're coming, yeah. On a successful luck check, they don't seem to have noticed you.
I will, having successfully stealthed. There's no, like, natural alcove or anything for me to hide behind here, is there? Or is it more or less just an open hallway?
It's kind of a, imagine like a big cylinder, and the kind of floor to ceiling, it's not like full of wires, obviously, or you couldn't move, but every surface, it's basically just kind of like a big cylinder that you're in, and every surface is just kind of covered in wires. I would say there's the potential that you could, potentially, because there are some like big bundles of wires, you could try to like wind your way under them. Some of them are quite thick, and you could try to like hide under there, but I'd be looking for a hard or better success on a stealth check for something
Stealth
like
has
that.
not been going well for me. All right, stick to the tried and true. They haven't heard me yet. They're around the curve. I can double back and go down the right hallway. Before I do so, I'm going to take a shiny rock and throw it down the tunnel to make it echo as though those noises behind them.
Okay. I will say that would be an extremely hard shot in order to try to get the noises behind them. Given the kind of curvature of the tunnel, you're essentially trying to like Angelina Jolie the rock around the corner.
I'm too good at throwing to realize that would fail immediately. No, I will just use the fact that I've gone unnoticed to crawl back the other way.
Okay, gotcha.
Go down the right tunnel.
The nature of, obviously being stealthy means that you are not able to put as much distance between you and these Gate 6 operatives, who aren't really particularly trying to be stealthy, which actually gives them kind of a bit of an advantage, and they are slowly creeping up behind you. You have managed to keep enough distance. You've been managing to not get spotted yet, but as you're coming, you realize as you're coming, as you approach the that fork, that intersection of these kind of like 3 pathways, essentially, you can tell that you're going to have to do something quickly in order to, kind of make a choice, whether to backtrack, back through the way you came, or to try this new right hallway.
I will quickly go down the right hallway.
Gotcha. I've already gotten you to make a stealth check. What I will say is make a dex check to see if you can move quickly and stealthily. So we've already succeeded on your stealth. We're looking for we'll say a regular or better success on this.
All right. That is so very close to extreme success.
Hell
It's
yeah.
a hard success.
Fuck yeah. On a hard success. You make your way down this hallway, and you are able now to move a little bit quicker. Lift being kind of like a pretty dexterous guy, actually.
Very much so.
Very, very dexterous, very quick. You manage to just, kind of spider your way down this hallway, and you manage to put a decent amount of distance between you and the GateSec operatives. You come to the end of this conduit where, much like the shit tunnels that Piotr was just engaged in, branch off into a bunch of, smaller ones that you're going to be able to fit through. However, there is an access hatch that's much easier to open from this side.
All right, I will exit promptly.
Okay.
Back onto the streets, as doubling back and dealing with the popo. Not up to code with me, no sir.
You come through the hatch, and you're in this kind of like little like service shed. You manage to get the door open, and you look out into a relatively narrow street, and you see Church of His Light Shelter on the building across from you.
Oh. Do they have the crackers there?
Probably. Almost certainly have the crackers there. I would say you probably still have a decent amount of those crackers. Like, I imagine Lift grabbed like a fistful.
I will quickly eat one of the yummy saltines, realize that there's a trove of them across the way, dust myself off.
Highs or lows?
For crackers?
Yeah, highs or lows.
I've been rolling so high today. We're going to go highs.
Highs? That's a 9. Gain 1 luck point back.
I'm so good at this game.
Sorry, did you just canonically establish that?
Crackers are lucky? No, transubstantiation. Yeah.
Transubstantiation works in this game?
I'm sorry, Alex. Do you not believe in the Eucharist? Sorry to any Catholics listening.
Well,
I feel like if you're still on board being a Catholic, you'll be able to laugh at
I'm
that.
sorry for the Protestants who don't regain 1 luck after eating the cracker.
That's Calvinists specifically, because they believe your luck has already been established.
I was going to say, it's more those Calvinists who are really suffering here.
And the Anglicans only gain a luck if they feel like it.
And don't bring in the Greek Orthodox. They're going to lose it.
We're getting some deep cut Christian jokes in. Anyone else got any deep cut?
Funny that Leah and I, neither of us have any deep cut jokes about political stances, history, or religion.
The only two who won't get canceled. We'll work on that.
I'm holding back.
Leah maybe has cuts that go deeper than any of us want to go. So.
I did create Glade.
So, bright church right across the way. Crackers incoming. Things are looking up the lift.
Speaking of looking up, you see a sewer grate kind of open, and you see Pyotr he's always looked his age. He looks like older than his age, just this kind of like 1,000-yard stare. A sight you only really associated with people who, kind of fresh off the battlefield. You see Pyotr just kind of emerge in this like shaky, shell-shocked way, even shakier than usual.
Is he covered in feces?
Not covered, but there are some questionable smudges on his clothing. And highs or lows?
Lows.
Ooh, it's a 4. It's a close one. Yep. And just on his clothing.
Right. Pyotr, you made it out. Look at you.
Hello, Lift.
I would offer you a hand in this time of need, but you're filthy. Would you like a cracker?
Yes.
Open wide.
All right. I believe the customary thing to say is body of Christ.
Body of Christ. Body of soul.
And also with you.
Also with you.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Highs. That's a 6. Gain a luck point.
Okay.
I've now established this, and I feel like this is going to be like Goodberry in D&D, where you guys are just going to spam these guys.
I make sure that Doug is promptly behind Pyotr. Otherwise, there would be problems.
Okay. No, Doug is right there.
Perfect. All right. Out you two. We'll go to the church.
Lift, I see you escaped as well.
I managed to do so, yes.
And I see you're not covered in human feces.
I found something far worse.
I doubt it.
Electronics.
That doesn't sound worse at all.
Did a terminal get mad at you?
No.
Exactly.
The terminal didn't get mad at me. Just I got mad at me. Should we go into the church and see if I can...
think they're built to deal with inner thoughts like that, yeah. Let's get in there.
I'm
door...
more concerned about the feces covering me.
They might have a shower.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
The church door opens. Glade and Juno, you walk out into the street to a very strange scene. I actually think that Lift, you recognize Juno immediately. Juno, I don't know. I'll let Juno decide whether she's in the state to identify it.
I look up and see Lift waving at me furiously.
Hello.
Oh, God. I keep pulling her along, getting her off the street.
Gotcha.
I think I know him.
Your Holiness.
Now's not the time.
Do I know him?
Bringer of Saul. Hello, it's me, Lift.
Oh, shit.
These are my shitty friends.
Pyotr looks fucking wounded. If there was any shred of life left in his eyes, it's now gone. And from across the street, a off-duty, out-of-uniform officer, Frank McGillick, kind of goes, that guy lives in this shit just like me. Anyways.
Oh, man.
They're very good people, but they're currently poopy.
Lift, Lift, now is not the time to be networking.
No, I know her.
I disagree. I think that, with our new enterprise, the Thought, what is it? Thought LLC.
Thought LLC, the Thought Trust.
We need, we established trust were bad, I believe.
Oh,
Trusts are socialist.
Trust, yeah.
the Thought.
And socialists are covered
Glade
in
is
shit.
hurrying
Just like
Juno
me.
along as you are talking.
I am a socialist covered in shit, Lift.
You're just dirty, Piotr. It's
No,
okay.
look at me. I'm a socialist. It's terrible.
You're an analogy for socialism. Just shit on top, but the core is really meaningful.
Ned Leds.
Unfortunately, I do know him, but
I don't give two shits. We are going.
Wait, I can help.
Excuse me, madam. Phrasing, okay? Phrasing.
They've had a very hard day, Mask Lady.
Speaking of, you hear the signature air horns of Ned. Now I'm just picturing.
that is the signature Ned Land sound.
They're Ned Led's famously all SoundCloud DJs. You hear that as they are approaching. You look down the street and you see it looks like a few GateSec operatives kind of like running towards what looks like the sewer grate. They're kind of like focused on it. Even from the distance, you can see them kind of like track to Piotr and Doug. They obviously figured out where the sewer tunnel came up. What are you guys doing?
Once again, I am still running, pulling Juno behind me.
You hear
Everyone stop. Everyone stay the fuck where you are.
from one of the GateSec operatives.
Oh, I'll stop, all right. Where do you think I'm going? I'm in a world of shit. Everything is shit. Everywhere I go is shit. What do you want from me? What do you want from me, you authoritarian communist bags of shit? I am like you. I am the shit you are.
Piotr,
What? Lift.
would you like another cracker?
Yes.
Okay. Open up. Okay, good.
Because I was trying to move along as soon as we came out the door. Is there any chance we would have gotten out of field of view before?
No. It's just okay. Not just because I'm being a shit. Although that's only like 45
Again,
to
phrasing.
Just for Lift's own curiosity's sake, how does their holiness, Faith Juno, daughter of Saul, look? Is she okay? Or is she sad? Like,
Make a psychology check.
That's a fail. I'm not good at that. Does she look sad?
She looks
Because she's not
Like she's not
dressed
covered
up,
in
right?
shit.
She's not okay. So I will say you recognized her immediately.
Yeah.
She's very obviously not. Every time you've seen her, she has been meticulously presented. Now she is very much not looking. Yeah, very very disheveled. So there's not. You can't really get a read on exactly what's going on there, but that would probably be a clue enough.
Okay. And does it look like that's caused by the person in the mask? Because I see this stranger dragging along my only connection to God.
That's a fair call. I leave that. On that roll, I would say that's entirely up to Lift's interpretation.
Faith, Your Holiness Juno, Faith. Faith,
Yes.
are you safe with Butterfly Mask Lady?
Yes.
Time for all this chat?
As you guys, the
But we have to
GateSec
go.
operatives are approaching.
Do you need to leave?
We need to go.
All right, Doug, grab Piotr. We're running.
We're running. I thought we had a car.
We have a car?
We all look at Glade.
Yeah.
A tiny, mini turd drips off of my nose.
Can they go in another car?
Well, I figured I would have stopped when the guy called out.
The GateSec operatives are.
Like, how far away are they? How much can this happen before?
They're within, at this point, probably about 100 feet of you. It's not a big street. There are two of them. You can hear a Ned Led approaching from the distance. They're approaching you now. They're kind of keeping their distance, like hands on their sidearms kind of thing. They're just like,
Look, everybody stop. Whatever is going on between all of you, we don't give a shit. Just get on the ground.
Don't give a what? Don't you fucking look at me sheepishly. You don't give a what?
Hey, look, Grandpa, get the fuck on the ground now.
You're making them angry, Piotr.
I am not your grandfather.
Can I do a quick scan if there's any vehicles in the area?
Yeah, I will say this will just be actually a straight up luck check.
Please be luckier than me.
Extremely lucky.
Holy shit! That's a 4? Absolutely.
Door open, keys in the ignition, running.
Yeah. You actually see him like
Favorite radio station playing.
you see some guy like screech to a stop in the distance outside of like a little EV charging station and runs inside, just obviously having to piss. Leaves the door open, keys on, car running. Favorite radio station, absolutely. But it is behind the GateSec operatives.
Okay. I start to get on the ground and I kind of pulled Juno down. Like, this isn't for us. Let's just let's get on the ground and do what they say.
I can tell them who I am. They might listen to me. They're certainly not here because they know what's happened.
What was that?
Hi, hello. Are you? There are people who are after us, and a figure of authority may know who I am and could take me and my friends somewhere safe.
Get on the ground. Get on the fucking ground. Do it right now.
On this ground that's
They draw
dirty
their guns. They don't point them at you, but they just draw their guns.
I think
I
it's a
grab
good
her and
idea.
pull her down.
Gotcha.
Yes.
What are Piotr and Lift doing?
I will get on the ground and complain about how veterans are being treated.
Piotr?
I'm going to make an economics roll to know how much these guys get paid.
Very good, very good.
I somehow fail. How do you want to play that?
Let's do it this way. Highs or lows? Highs, you think that as public servants, they are vastly overpaid. All this money should be going to the private sector. Lows, you think that they are the strong... I don't know. Lows, we'll decide if we get there. Highs or lows?
Highs. I think they're vastly overpaid as public servants.
Yeah, that's an 83. Yeah, vastly overpaid. They're obviously vastly overpaid.
You listen to me, you union member, public teat sucking little fiends. I know you think you're bulletproof, and I know you think that you can do whatever you want here, but this is far above your pay grade, and it is far above your understanding. So I'm going to suggest you do the smart thing. Turn back now and pretend that you never saw any of this. And you can go home to your little socialized co-op housing, to your shared wife with your children that don't respect you, and have a nice day. And I'm going to try to fast talk them.
Hell yeah. Man, I said I needed to do an Andrew Tate bit, but now I don't. That was basically an Andrew Tate bit.
That is an extreme success.
An extreme success. Holy shit. Okay. Holy shit. Oh my God. Of all the ways I saw this going down, Piotr alpha broing these dudes into submission was not in the cards.
Covered in shit.
While covered in shit.
Through some shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Literally.
You can see, so they're rapidly closing the distance to you. They're now within about 50 feet. And you can see they just kind of stop. And you immediately intuit that GateSec, these guys, maybe even these specific officers have been on the wrong side of like something political before. And, they're just kind of, there's that instinctive like stopping and being like, oh shit, like.
Maybe he's right. Maybe this is something like, we do not want to put our dick in this situation because it's fucked enough already.
And I stole that line from The Expanse, just so we know. Oh my God, yeah, fucking extreme success. That's tricky. Two things happen simultaneously. First, asteroids. Now, there's this kind of thump behind the GateSec operatives as they kind of like paused. And, you know, there was this a few poignant moments of silence as you could see them just kind of non-verbally, you know, look back and try to communicate like, shit, like, do we just fuck off? Like, and you hear one of them say like,
we haven't called this in. Like, if he's right, if this is mixed up with admin, like, this could fuck us over. I don't want to get caught up in this bullshit again.
and the other one's like,
I don't know, man. Like, how much can he really know? Like, look at him. It's like, yeah, but I don't know, man. Like,
and they're arguing back and forth, and it's enough time. You hear this thud. Glade and Lift, you know exactly what the USC Naval Forces like exoskeleton suits sound like. The thruster systems basically on them sound like, and that's exactly what you hear. You see the GateSec operatives turn around, and there is a Reaper standing there just staring down these two GateSec operatives. He just says, "These people are to be remanded into my custody." You can see the GateSec operatives just kind of like look back and forth at each other, and they say,
all right, look, we're not here to fuck with the Navy, but we do have orders to take these guys in.
and the Reaper just says, "Have you talked to them? Have you interrogated them?" And they're like,
Well, we talked to them a bit.
and you see the Reaper just raise his gun and immediately open fire on these two GateSec operatives.
I go to grab Juno to get up and like run into like an alley or get out of the street.
Grab Doug, follow the Faith Lady. God is on her side.
What is happening on this crazy station?
As gunfire erupts, this guy is basically pulling a fully automatic weapon and just spraying down the street. How do I want to play this? I'll get everyone to make a straight up luck check for me. Yes.
Can I have a bonus dice for the luck check? Because I have a bulletproof vest that I wear under my robes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, I bought it.
If you're wearing body armor, I will give you a
body armor.
bonus dice on your luck check.
Insane. I needed that.
I failed.
You fail. Okay.
Extreme success.
Extreme success. Okay.
Is there extreme success in luck checks, or is it just fail?
I don't think so necessarily. I like to keep track of it myself personally, but
Very happy I had an extra die because it was a 93 and actually it's a 33.
okay. Much better.
I just barely succeeded.
Barely
You
succeeded.
can't spend luck to succeed on a luck check, can you?
I'd allow it. I mean, my instinct as somebody who's trying to punish you is to try to get you to use your resources up as much as possible. So yeah, I'll allow it.
I'm good.
You're not
Is
going to
anyone
spend
rolling
it?
for Doug?
Would anyone like to, or would you like me to roll for Doug?
Doug has 100 luck. He just always succeeds on luck checks.
If I'm pulling Doug out of the way, I would purposefully put myself between the gunfire and Doug. If that means rolling again so that Doug doesn't get shot, I will do that.
You got just a regular success, right? You just succeeded. I'm going to make a check for Doug, and if Doug fails, you can decide to deal with the consequences of that for Doug.
I do have body armor on. I accept the consequences of my actions.
Very good. Doug has a straight 50 for luck. And he rolled 46. So you're good. Pyotr,
Yes.
go ahead and roll a d2 for me.
It's a 1.
1. Okay. You take a point of damage as bullets are spraying down the street. Pyotr doesn't take a direct hit, but a bullet just kind of wings past. How much, what health is Pyotr at the moment?
He's now at 7.
Out of
10.
10. Gotcha. The bullet takes off a chunk of Pyotr's ear. Because you drank an entire bottle of alcohol, I won't make you make a con check to see if Pyotr can remain conscious after that amount of pain, but a huge chunk just kind of is taken out of your ear. Your hand immediately slaps up to it as these two GateSec operatives go to try to raise their pistols, but are immediately just like perforated with this automatic weapons fire. You guys seem to have a second here. What are you guys doing with it?
I want to see what would be the best way to get to that car. I'm assuming that's behind the Reaper.
Yeah, behind the Reaper at this point. Make a spot hidden check for me.
No, failure.
Failure. Okay. Not an easy way you can spot. I will say, does anyone else want to make it? I'll allow one other person to make a spot hidden check.
I'll make a spot hidden check.
Okay.
Based on how I've been rolling today, I do not want to do that.
I feel like a liability.
Oof. I am going to spend the 7 luck to make that a
Oof.
success.
Damn. I give you one look back and you're just making it rain. Okay, on a success, you notice it looks like there's kind of like this very long, shop front that's on the other side of the street to the church. It seems that one of the doors has been kind of left open, and as this gunfire has erupted, you can see everyone inside. There's only a few people inside are immediately just kind of like running to the back of the building. At this point, everyone who's in the locks kind of knows what to do when they hear gunfire, which is hit the deck, get to cover. You realize that storefront, if you guys can make it there, should kind of get you around this like gunfight essentially that's happening between Gatesek and this Reaper, and out the other side. I leave it up to Piotr how he communicates this information to the group.
Fuck. I'm so tired of Reapers open firing on me.
Ow, fuck, in the shop. Ow, fuck, my ear. Ow, fuck, shop. Go, in the shop, over there. This way. And he starts fucking hobbling towards the shop.
All right.
I look to Butterfly Mask Lady. Does she have a gun?
I have a rifle.
Yeah.
Strapped to my back.
I just very quick. Do you have any grenades? I have a flashbang. I can make some space.
I don't look at him. I look around for a shop.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty obvious. Once you
obviously
spotted
a
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do I spot it? Do I recognize maybe an avenue?
I would say if he's like taking the time, I'm not going to be a dick about that. Yeah. Once he pointed, like one of you guys has pointed it out to the other, you guys do have that like moment to act. 100%. You see the avenue. You can kind of see it now. Like there's all this panic of like, not only having to protect yourself, but also protecting Juno, given how like important that is to your future. But it's just kind of giving you tunnel vision. But now having this avenue pointed out to you, it's obvious as a long-winded way of
throw
saying
your
yes.
grenade, gent.
When necessary, I'm moving with Doug. If necessary, we'll help Mr. Piotr move a bit faster.
Gotcha. Make a...
0.5 past or 0.5 faster because I have the shoes on now.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. They're the Admiral had wheelies too, so they're like super, very, very fast.
Blood slipping covered in shit. Just pulling a sick wheelie down the street. Gunfire ripping through me.
Okay. I'm going to make a strength check for Doug. You go ahead and make a strength check as well.
Fail.
Doug extremely succeeded. So on an extreme success, I will say, yeah, there's no penalty to movement for Lift or Doug to basically haul Piotr around, especially given the wheelies.
They're actually just pushing me from behind.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm mobile now.
Precisely. You guys make it into the shop. Looking back out into the street, you can see Gatesec operators, were kind of opening fire, but they're like sidearms against, full Reaper body armor, basically. And you can see they have just been mowed down, like perforated with bullets. The Reaper immediately just trying to acquire you guys. You guys can make a stealth check for me, or if you'd rather do something else, now's the time. Because you get the sense, like, there's nothing really, like, it's like a kind of a windowed shop front, so he will be able to spot you.
Is the glass broken?
At this point, no. The gunfire was not in that direction as of yet.
Wait, sorry. So you're saying that there wouldn't really be a good way to be stealthy?
Sorry, let me paint the picture because I realize I haven't actually described the space to you guys at all. The shop front is windowed. It's not like floor to ceiling windows. The windows are basically kind of go up to about waist height. It's possible to be stealthy if you're, kind of quick about it, if that's the direction you guys wanted to go. You would notice, and especially our ex-Reapers here, that wall that's under the window would absolutely not provide cover. Concealment, yes. Cover, no. So if he opens fire, it's going to be a bad scene.
It's bad.
Is there a way to move further into the shop at all? Like, is there any, can we do a quick survey to see if there's anywhere we can go?
Yeah, for sure. So what I'll say is I'm going to give you guys as a group, because this is happening pretty quickly, time for 2 actions to try to do this. If you guys want to do stealth, we can do a big group stealth check, and that's great. If you want to do something else, like you want to do that, then you can also do like a spot hidden check for something like that. But basically there's time for two actions here.
When we saw the Reaper, did he have any sort of headgear on that would prevent the effects of a flashbang, deafening, blinding him for a time?
I'm not going to say a history check. Just make a straight up intelligence check for me. I'll give you a bonus dice on this.
30? So, yeah,
Hard success?
hard success.
Yeah, hell yeah. On a hard success, you're familiar with this gear. He wouldn't be as stunned by it, but I mean, like, it's a flashbang. It would still provide you some cover.
Do I think it would give us the time we need to make it to the vehicle?
I would say on a hard success, yes, it should give you the time. Like, to get to the vehicle.
Not necessarily to drive away.
Exactly.
But a targeted motion is better than a target behind no cover.
Precisely.
Like I said, gent, throw away.
I'm going to throw my flashbang.
Gotcha. So you're going to try to throw it through the window, essentially.
Yeah.
So, like, shatter the window.
I was hoping that the glass got shot out by the gunfight, so I could just...
It's a fair guess. What I'll say, so that could be one of your actions. I won't. I'll either give you a penalty dice or make it need a hard or better success to get it through the window. We'll say a hard or better success. We'll do it that way. Unless one of you wants to use the other group action to shoot out the window or to break the window in some way.
We still need to get to wherever we're going, though.
Exactly. So this would be if he got flashbanged. I don't know. Yeah, flashbanged. Let's say that. Let's use that as the past tense. Flashbung. That would be enough cover for you guys to get to the vehicle. Yeah, for sure. If it's not what you guys want to commit yourselves to, like you don't want to put all your eggs in that basket, that's also totally fine.
What other options do we have as a group, though? So we can hide and hope that they don't see us and hope that we hide well. But it would be a group roll, so we take the 2 highest success?
It would be like more successes than failures, essentially. But and then like if there's hard or better successes from somebody, I would factor that in.
I'll
as well.
break the window.
Break the window. So that's the both group actions. Okay, make a firearms check for me. The only reason is just to see if your gun jams. Like not looking, even if it's a failure. I feel like I've now cursed you.
2.
Holy shit! What does your weapon's damage do?
2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1. Go ahead and roll that damage for me. Go ahead and make your throw check on an extreme success of the firearm. 8?
8.
Okay, thank you. Make your throw check with a bonus dice.
It's already a hard success.
Hell yeah.
And now it's an extreme success.
Fuck yeah, okay.
This is clutch.
Nobody throws like Lift.
It's true.
Nobody shoots like Glade.
His whole thing. So Glade, you just wheel around and you go to just like open fire on the window, and then you see you actually have a perfect sight picture of the Reaper as his weapon is kind of like, tracking into the shop front. You just kind of like stop, and in that second just shoulder your rifle. And you see it hit a weak part of his armor, kind of just like right where the neck portion, kind of meets the shoulder. It doesn't pierce through it, but it kind of like stumbles him back. Lift. That flashbang not only like lands right near him, it actually just pings off of his helmet and then bounces away. And in that moment when it's in the air, just right there. Because that was a hard success, right?
Extreme success.
On a fucking extreme success. A flashbang going off in the area, given like Reaper cybernetic enhancements and the armor that they wear, would not put him down for very long. On an extreme success, however, putting it like having it detonate less than a foot away from his head, you see him just stumble back, and he actually almost drops his gun. It is like kind of connected to his armor, so he doesn't. But he's unhanding it, and you can see him clawing at his helmet. You guys now have clear way to get to.
Running, everyone running to the car.
Grab Juno.
Grabbing Doug.
Does this give
Doug.
us an opportunity to now get out of there?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah, for sure.
I am
2
head
extreme
down
successes?
and following these folks.
Yeah, for sure.
Purely just wheel you right into the trunk.
Oh man, fucking! I gotta make a note of that. The Admiral wears wheelies. All right.
Of course he would. That's why he's the Admiral.
I'd like to imagine that that's just standard USC Navy for like high command is like you have to have wheelies, man. We might need to get you out of somewhere.
It's
quickly.
actually dress uniform, which is based on like super old fashioned styles. It's like, oh yes, what our ancestors wore.
Yeah, just
Wheelies.
a misinterpretation of history. They're like they found them and they're like, this must have been very significant.
And the
Hell
super
yeah.
hardcore like military cut nowadays is like the stupid fucking broccoli haircut that all the kids have.
Hell yeah.
I want to say so when the flashbang went off and I go to push Juno to start running, and if they start running, I kind of hang back for a second, and when I have time to change my masks.
Make a luck check for me.
Nar. Failure.
Okay, Catherine, Tom, Alex. 1, 2, 3.
What?
Lift.
Yeah.
You can see Glade is waving you forward, obviously going to assume some sort of rear guard. You're shuffling the civilians forward. Lift, being who he is, absolutely not one to leave anybody behind. And you do a quick sweep behind you as you see the mask come off.
I would have still tried to cover myself.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. How about make a stealth check for me then?
Okay, cool.
Stealth check, yeah. That's fair.
No.
Okay, on a failure. Okay, one last roll. Make a spot hidden check for me. No. Okay, you're fine. This being a shop front, the little alcove that Glade has ducked into is obviously an area where the backstock, essentially, of this particular shop front comes through. As such, they have one of those round mirrors up on the ceiling. Glade not noticing, given everything that's going on. Lift, could you make an intelligence check for me again?
But I'm good at these. I don't want to succeed. I succeed.
Okay. I'm going to come whisper something in your ear.
Okay, I'll take off my headphones. Let's go to the bathroom.
Yeah. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Yeah. I'm going to get all of you guys actually to fuck off. And then I'm going to...
Right, because then you can actually...
Yeah.
Makes way more sense.
Makes way more sense.
Yeah, makes way more sense. We'll let the audience know what's going on.
And we're back.
All right. Now that we got all the fucking losers gone, just how are you, man? Now we can do the actual podcast.
It's so much fun doing this. I'm feeling great.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Lots of good, intense moments. I'm not nervous at all.
Yeah, wonderful.
Or afraid.
Well, good. You shouldn't be. That was a hard success, right?
No, just a success.
Just a success. Okay, on a success. When Lift's memory was wiped, you woke up to the Admiral. A lot of that time, kind of around the period of awakening, essentially, is a little bit blurry. Your timelines get a little bit confused. For a lot of that period, the Admiral had you essentially in hiding. There were months and months and months. Not really a lot for Lift to do, except watch the vid screen, play some games, throw bottle caps around, before you're essentially kind of released into the public. During that time on TV, the newscasts were exclusively about the Shinjitsu tragedy. This event that had just happened, basically the energy weapon having been discharged in atmosphere as the story was emerging, and the city of being leveled. And you remember one particularly stirring piece was about Reapers, had been in the area, obviously fighting these rebels, and they were actually being involved in the relief efforts. There's a piece on Reapers who had been injured in the line of these relief efforts. And you remember seeing this particularly stirring piece that, on a regular success, immediately kind of struck Lift as a bit like propaganda, where there was this woman, like a female Reaper, being lifted with this long silver hair out of the rubble. And you remember watching the footage, and you saw there was this like kind of burned away fabric at the sides of her face. And she was one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your entire life. And that was kind of this thing that like tripped Lift's it was kind of like maybe bullshit a little bit. But then today, you look up into this mirror, and even from this distance, that was Glade's face.
Oh, no. Okay. So she's not one of my friends?
You don't know. You know Glade was on the planet Kakusoreta is the name of the planet that Shinjitsu was on. You know she was there. That's all you know. Because, yeah, she was part of this, essentially. You thought it was propaganda, but now you realize, like, yeah, there's this unconscious figure of Glade, this, like, very, beautiful woman, obviously being used for kind of propaganda purposes or PR purposes.
All right. So I recognize her as being stunning. And also on Shinjitsu, 2 big points. Lift being as smart as he is and understanding how hard it can be to be a veteran, especially here in Gate. It's not really something he would confront her about. It's
for
just
sure.
not. She wears masks for a reason. I don't remember anything for a reason. We all have our different ways of moving on. But the fact that I can remember someone, I think that's what's more meaningful to Lift. The fact that I can actually remember someone.
Go ahead and make one more intelligence check, but this time I'm going to give you a penalty dice.
With the penalty dice, that is a failure.
Failure. There's something else about Glade, but you can't place it.
All right. Very good. Very good. Noted. Something about her, I can't place it. She's very pretty, but prefers for that not to be her defining characteristic. Literally wears a mask.
So, in this case, I'm assuming Lift is going to try to conceal the fact that he's seen her, basically.
Not even conceal the fact that I've seen her, but the fact... I don't think that Lift is the type of person where if he saw someone like that, it would be something where he's like, oh, hey, I remember you from TV.
Right.
You know, like that's just not who he is.
Totally.
So it's not like front of mind. And again, I think he just has the wherewithal to understand that everybody is different. Doug works better when he's drunk. Some people wear masks, you know? Seeing a beautiful lady isn't something that makes him all of a sudden want to, like, spill his guts out.
Totally. I guess what I'm asking is, would Doug not necessarily for any nefarious, not Doug, sorry, would Lift not for necessarily for any nefarious purposes conceal it, but more for her sake? Like, just to be like, you know, I accidentally saw you naked kind of thing. It's like,
yeah,
no, I didn't see you naked. Like that kind of thing. Like, don't be embarrassed.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not something I'd be embarrassed about, but it's something where it's like, clearly.
This is important to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, then go ahead and make a stealth check for me, and I'm going to give you 2 bonus dice on this.
God, that's so many bonus dice.
It is.
With 2 bonus dice, that's a success.
A success. Hell yeah. Okay, all good. Do you have any questions for me while they're away?
Seeing as how he was in recovery at the time when the Shinjitsu disaster happened, that wasn't his shtick, or at least that's not what he thinks. Would that be something that Lift really even cares about? Or was it just on TV and it's like, oh, that's familiar?
There was a connection.
Okay.
Lift can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But he knows that for some reason he felt connected to the Shinjitsu tragedy. He would feel that he followed that news coverage and it did strike a chord within him. There was something that was kind of awakened, but it was a very frustrating experience for Lift because he wouldn't remember why necessarily. It was just this thing that you couldn't seem to shake.
Okay. On the surface, Glade does not strike Lift as a sharer.
As you said, literally wears a mask.
Yeah. Fuck, that would be frustrating. Nothing for it. So I feel connected to the Shinjitsu disaster in some way. And you're saying that connection is amplified by Glade.
Yeah.
Amplified in the way where it makes me feel like she was... I don't want to go fishing here, you know? Like, I don't want to try and root something out of you by asking, like...
No.
Questions. Is it just like, oh, she's familiar because of the ad? Or is it like, oh, she's familiar because the ad wasn't for the first time I saw her?
I would say given the rolls that you made already, Lift doesn't know.
Okay.
He knows there is a connection there.
Okay.
He doesn't know why. I will say that the fact that she was on TV shouldn't have necessarily have elicited the response that you feel when you recognize her.
Yeah, okay. Would it be enough with that kind of snap realization where if asked about it, Lift could say that he doesn't really remember. All he remembers is that something to do with Shinjitsu. Would that be enough of a spark where it's like, I don't know, something to do with this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you definitely know there's the connection to Shinjitsu from the ad, if nothing else. I would definitely say that there is enough there for you to spark a feeling of connection. Like Lift would have enough to spark a feeling of connection to Shinjitsu, even if you wouldn't know necessarily why.
Okay.
And, like, to Shinjitsu and to Glade specifically.
Glade specifically at Shinjitsu. All right. I don't have any other questions, really. This is more concerning for me than anything. Even though I didn't witness a dude die, I don't think Lift could take Glade in a fight. And I don't want to die. I like Lift.
That'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, I don't think I could win. She has gun. Gun is stronger than knife.
You have a gun as well, don't you? A pistol?
No, I do have a pistol, but I have no skill with guns. All of my weapons are thrown knives or brawling knives.
Fair enough.
Okay, cool. Very cool. I feel enlightened and afraid.
Excellent. That's my
Perfect.
role. That's my job. That's my job.
This is what we're looking for.
I want the enlightenment to make you afraid. Okay, sweet. I'm going to summon everyone else.
Perfect.
Glade, failed your spot hidden check.
Yep.
As far as you're aware, you're good. You get that mask on, you're happy.
Cool.
Glade comes out in a driver's mask. Daft Punk. You've heard the description. You guys make your way to that vehicle. There is on that like crazy luck roll, more than enough room for all of you. The guy inside is probably a number 2, so he's nowhere to be seen.
Shooting, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, shooting. He's just like, actually, maybe it's time to check my email. You guys piling in?
Yep,
I'm in the trunk.
Yep, I'm going where I'm told.
Fair enough. Worth noting, does not smell great in here with Doug and Piotr. It is kind of like an SUV style vehicle, so the trunk is not like separated from the rest of the thing. So
It's a little doggy cage, though.
highs or lows?
5 exactly.
5 exactly. What the shit?
No.
Oh my god, I've never seen someone call a shot like that before. Holy fuck.
For the most useless roll,
For the
too.
most useless roll. Yes, there is the doggy cage. Absolutely.
Okay.
Imagine spending your Babe Ruth moment on that.
Yeah. This is like getting your Kobe moment where you like throw something, it's like 100 feet away and it's like just to throw out a receipt into the garbage or something like that.
Yeah, no, this is the peak for me. This is the highway. This is just, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, there is a little doggy cage.
Cool.
I'm like, hurry up, get the fuck in.
Just for you to know.
This is for me.
That's
This
just
has
for you to
no
know.
bearing on the plot whatsoever.
Incredible.
It's just
All right.
great.
Yes. Fuck yeah. Incredible. There is a little doggy cage in there. No doggy inside it. I can't do that. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I was like, hurry the fuck up and start the car.
Everybody's in. Car started.
Juno, where did you go?
I am following in tow.
But like, where did you go in the car?
Oh, I
The front,
am
the back.
definitely in the back. I do not sit in the front.
so-
I am chauffeured
But
around.
behind the doggy cage. We all somehow ended up behind the doggy cage, except you.
Who's in the front?
Yeah. Who's in the front?
Doug. Do
Doug?
you want the front seat?
He's like, oh, I'll never get shotgun. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
After you, friend.
It's Doug time. And he jumps into the front seat. He says, hi, I'm Doug. It's a Glade.
Hi. Start the car.
Amazing. So, just so I can get a little mental picture. Driver, Glade. Shotgun is Doug. Back seat is Lift and Juno. And then in the trunk with the incredibly narratively significant doggy cage is Piotr.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. You fucking tear ass out of there. As you're kind of like tires screeching, pull into the street. You remember getting out of the locks, like the locks is still cordoned off. So you're not going to be able to like blast through there on wheels.
Right. I was going to be like, Juno, you have a ship, right?
I have access to a ship. It's the church's ship. But yes, let's go to the ship.
And where's that?
It's at the docks. I can call somebody to have it ready for us.
All right, do that. Where's the docks? That's in the locks? No.
No, the docks it's kind of on the other side of the city a little bit, actually.
Awesome.
Let me see. Yeah. if I can pull this up for you here.
Turn on that driving music again. Let's shoot back to episode 1. Let's go.
There's 2 potential ways that you could go. I mean, again, via wheels is going to be a little bit tricky given the situation with the cordon. So you have to go through the Nexus Plaza. You can then go through the Haven, the Works, Naval HQ, and then into the dockyard. Or you could go into the Nexus Plaza through the Gardens, which has 2 controlled accesses on the way in and on the way out, and then right into the dockyards from there.
Could I get through the controlled accesses, though?
On a normal day, for sure. Given all the shit that just went down. Yeah, exactly.
So Piotr's going to pipe up and just say, so I'm going to recommend we don't go through Naval HQ.
You in the back. Shut up.
Okay, but that's like kind of a good point, right? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe can I roll to like try to think of like what the best way, like knowledge-wise, what I think would be the best way?
I think
Yeah.
I can get us through the gardens.
Piotr's just catching strays.
Yeah, Piotr caught 2 stray bullets in the last like 5 minutes here. Yeah, 100%. I would say go ahead and get an intelligence check. This will be an idea roll if you would like to roll for it.
That's a success. Regular success.
A success. Okay, totally. Via wheels, probably not. But
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
what were you
not
gonna say?
by wheels. 'Cause I'm assuming, yeah, we're gonna have to get out of the car to get to the blockade.
For sure. I mean, there's the way that you got into the locks. You got around the cordon the first time.
Yeah.
If you can get vac suits for people, that could definitely be an option. There are like kind of all the other alternative ways outside of the, to get out of the locks. The vac suit one is the most appealing to you. There's kind of half a dozen ways that you could probably try to sneak, and that would get you to like the Nexus Plaza. If you went outside, it is also entirely possible you could, get to the dockyard just by going outside. It's a long trip. It's like 30 kilometers in hard vacuum, which is for you maybe not something you'd really blink an eye at, but you don't know what the capabilities of the people on your current team are.
I'm only considering Juno.
Juno, yeah, for sure. I mean, you could probably get your primary there for sure. Funny, primary. That's funny. That's actually true in 2 senses now. So a few options that are possible as you're kind of mulling them over in your mind. You kind of check your rear view mirror, and as you're kind of like, you've kind of come around to the corner, from the street that the church was on, you see the Reaper, having regained his senses, turn, and with like this kind of cybernetically enhanced speed is now chasing your car on foot. You know from experience, a very recent experience, Reapers, cybernetically enhanced Reapers, have absolutely no problem keeping up with a car on foot. What are you guys doing?
Okay. Okay. Obviously, Juno wouldn't have a back suit or meg boots.
No.
Would I know where to get some?
On a success on your ID check, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
May I interject as a player for one moment?
I'll allow it.
Just some table talk for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We literally just got together as a team. We are not abandoning these two somewhere. Note that I did know that you didn't ask if they had vaccines.
I could just see the wheels turning in Leah's mind immediately, where I was like, okay, you guys are together now. And she was like, I could split us up.
I could get us, yeah.
Also, I know where we can get one grav boot. It might be a little singed, but...
Dougie boy, go through that front drawer there. Get all the good knickknacks, bubbles, and most importantly, air fresheners.
There's gum.
Good, pass it around.
Absolutely.
We need as much fresh breath as possible.
Does anyone mind peppermint?
I love peppermint, Doug.
Awesome.
I actually do. If they had spearmint, I'd prefer it.
I'll have a look.
Thank you.
Okay, where would this vaccine be? That I know to get?
So there's a few places, a few guys in the locks who kind of like hawk that kind of wares. The one that you can think that would probably be the best would be like the farthest from your current location. Obviously, would be the farthest from where all this shit is going down, and is within maybe like a 10-20 minute walk to an airlock that you could potentially get outside. You know the name of it, and the name is. Go ahead.
Suits Are Us.
Suits Are Us. Yeah. So Suits Are Us.
Oh.
But the R is backwards because it's fun.
It is fun. It's a very fun place. So Suits Are Us is one of the most fun pawn shops in the locks. Specifically, sells like secondhand 0G equipment for the most part in a pretty good condition. You kind of have to know what you're looking for at Suits Are Us in order to like make sure you're not getting something that will get you killed. The proprietor, actually, we'll get somebody else. Proprietor. Henry. So Henry is known for being kind of like a bit of a shark when it comes to making deals. Like, he will absolutely try to wring the most credits out of you as possible, but you also know at the end of the day he doesn't try to sell people lemons. He's in the locks. He's just trying to scrape his way by, and Henry worries about Henry more than anyone else. So I think that's like the best location you can think of, the one that you have like a personal relationship with him.
Okay, I'm gonna start driving and heading towards that way.
Okay.
My ultimate goal is not to go like directly there,
sure.
But like I would say, like a good number of blocks away, so that if we're to get out of the car, like when we get over there, it's not like the immediate search area of where we leave the car.
Yeah, gotcha. Totally. Yeah, 100%. That makes sense to me. So what are you guys doing about, now you have like a plan, you have a destination in mind. What are you guys doing about that Reaper that is now following you?
I have one grenade left. After going full klepto mode for a moment, do I find any cool knickknacks or stuff in the seats and under the cushions and in the front drawer with Doug?
Go ahead and make a spot hidden check with a, just because Doug is also looking, make it with a bonus dice.
Yeah.
Can I spot hidden in the trunk?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, teamwork. Hey, that's pretty good. That's a 7. That's an extreme success.
Hell yeah, extreme success?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I fail in the trunk.
You fail. So, nothing in the trunk. Trunk actually suspiciously empty except for this doggy cage. However...
Could be a dog.
Could be a dog.
I just don't know yet.
You don't know.
I'm looking.
It's hard to say.
Very dark dog.
Yeah, I mean, so, yeah, the thing about dogs, just as kind of like as a resource, is they are ultimately not a great return on investment on dogs. So I feel like that's just like
It's outside of my wheelhouse, really.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and I feel like Piotr just forgets to keep looking because he's like, oh, well, dogs, like, I don't know. I mean, like, because Piotr wouldn't really understand how to, like, quantify the value of the emotional relationship of a dog. I feel.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Although he does support it when it's paired with a good white picket fence and a nuclear family.
Absolutely. Yeah, just family values. That tracks. That 100% tracks. Lift, however, we're going to say you find a sawed-off shotgun.
What?
It's loaded.
Is that a type of dog?
It is.
It's loaded.
A sawed-off shotgun is actually a type of dog. It's a dog with two very big nostrils.
Very bad breath.
Very bad breath. Yes, explosively. No, it's a gun.
You reload it by giving it belly rubs.
So I reach under the seat. Pardon me, Faith. One moment. I found something cool under here. I hold the sawed-off shotgun in one hand.
Bark.
Not now, Piotr. We have crackers for later. And I look in my other hand and see my incendiary grenade. And I'm like, ooh.
It's like in a video game where it holds up. It's like press A for grenade, B for
I'm looking at my options right beside the Faye. Which do you prefer?
Juno looks over for kind of the first time, kind of coming out of her foggy state, and she goes, "Where did you get those?
They're hidden under the chair.
Under my chair? I was just sitting
our
on
chair,
them."
Faith, please.
Well, then.
It's a bench. Have you finished your juice box? You're looking very pale. Here, hold on to this. Think of juice box thoughts.
This is a grenade.
That's the shotgun. You are not trained for grenades. I am.
I am not trained for shotguns.
Oh, it's
However,
easy.
I do have a very cute little gun back at home. Are we going back to my place? I do have things that I would like to pick up.
Faith, focus up for one moment. Finger off trigger, gun pointed behind us, not at Piotr, who's looking for a dog. I'm going to throw the grenade at the angry man on stilts. If it doesn't burn him to death, you will shoot him.
I will shoot him.
You will do this.
I will shoot him.
Because that's how people see Saul.
I will stuff Soul. We're getting out of here.
Very not religious. I'm going to prepare to throw a grenade. We just made a hard turn, I assume, onto a smaller road.
We did, yes.
Wonderful. With that being our advantage, there's less room for stilty, runny man to maneuver. Mm-hmm. I'm going to prepare to throw an incendiary grenade at his face and burn him to death.
Very good, very good. Here's what we'll do. Because you're throwing it from a moving vehicle.
Yep.
What we're going to do is we're going to get Glade to make a drive check. If Glade gets a regular success, it'll be straight roll. If she fails, it's going to be a penalty dice. If she gets a hard or better success, you're going to get a bonus dice in your throw check.
Love that.
That's a extreme success.
Extreme success.
Yup.
Double bonus dice. Double bonus dice.
Fuck it, yeah, hell yeah. I'm here for it. 2 bonus dice. Yeah.
Bonus dice. Can they stack in Call of Cthulhu?
Yeah, you can have up to 2.
Once again,
you can't really
10? Roll 10. Bonus dice.
Yeah, actually, roll 100. Fuck it.
Perfect.
100 100s.
100.
Keep it 100.
That's a crit fail.
My fellow Americans, once again, I must ask you for additional D10s. I need another D10. I don't have that many.
Oh, right.
numbers.
We established this previously.
That one.
Have you considered just rolling a D1 10 times?
This is why you're in economics.
That's
and
exactly
just throws things.
That is the mind
These
that
are
came
equivalent
up with
resources.
historical
Actually
astroeconomics.
not gonna be, okay.
Catherine's like, the math is wrong.
The math is wrong.
I'll just do the math.
Actually,
Oh, a D1 is wrong? Is that what you're saying, Catherine?
Good sir, that is
continue
with a
continue.
19. That is an extreme success.
Extreme motherfucking hell ass success. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, America. Okay, sick. Do you want to go ahead and roll the damage on your dice?
I do not know the damage for an incendiary grenade, and now I'm embarrassed.
Well, I don't think you should be embarrassed because I don't know if I provided that information for you.
I think you recently added it, didn't you?
I think you recently added your face.
It's true.
I like that we're a horror podcast, very much heavy on the comedy.
Yeah, comedy. I feel like, I put it in the description.
You like that?
The horror part is in
Google.
episode 7. Brian brings in one of our actual real life loved ones and just kills them. And then keeps on going. You'd be like, comedy podcast, guys!
Total horror is constant.
So this one, I think, is more for a frag grenade, but it is 4d10 damage.
Gotcha. And this is an incendiary
This
grenade.
is an incendiary grenade.
What It'd probably do less damage, especially to someone in armor.
It probably would do less damage.
I'm not going to be married to this as a constant rule, but I'm going to say for this particular scenario, we'll say the incendiary grenade is 4d8.
4d8.
So still like it's still fucking explosive. It's not gonna tickle.
That is 14 points of damage.
14 motherfucking hell ass points of damage. Sorry, gotta do some math here quickly.
And I guess he would be on fire.
Shit, yeah, he would be on fire, wouldn't he?
What part of him is burning though?
You notice as this explosive goes off, so it is an incendiary grenade, but however, on an extreme success, like with your flashbang, you get that grenade like right next to him, and so the concussive force of that explosion, you can see in a moment before it gets too bright for you to see, just kind of like blasts away his armor. And you see exposed skin just all of a sudden, ignite in flame, and even over the screeching tires, you can hear like this scream. He has to make a con check because he lost so much of his health. He has to make a con check to see if he remains conscious.
This is Juno's time to shine. 2 quick knots.
He extremely succeeds. How he's still fucked up, like, his armor is like completely destroyed and he is on fire. So yeah, Juno, are you doing anything?
I am doing what I'm told. I shoot him. I pull the trigger.
Lean out window first. Shoot.
Lean out window.
You gave her a gun?
Only a double barrel.
I can do it.
Oh no.
I can do it. I am capable, and I will be guided.
Yeah, he casts guidance on you.
Shoot, darling.
I love making D&D jokes. It's just fun. Just fun time.
I just know D&D mechanics so well that every time you do it, I'm like, really?
Yeah. No, you can 100% add a D4 to this roll.
Yes.
Not good.
That's a big head shake no.
Big head shake.
Show us how she held the firearm as she fired it.
Oh, just holding it out like away from her shoulder. Of course.
Like a shotgun.
As far away from her as she can, right?
Obviously.
Trying to create distance.
Right, like one hand on the trigger and then the other hand like on the butt of the shotgun.
I was thinking holding it 2 almost totally straight arms out, pulls the trigger, and it fires back and up, hitting the top of the car.
Holy shit. Wait, so you shot through the back window?
Yeah.
It goes by Piotr's like one remaining ear.
I mean, I didn't roll a 90.
What did you roll?
68.
Okay. So you miss him.
Gave her a gun?
Him being the Reaper and him being
She said she
Piotr.
had a firearm at home.
The back window shatters. Could I get everyone in the car to make a con check for me?
He told me to do it.
He did.
Lean out window.
He did
Lean out
say lean out window, but
Extreme success.
extreme success.
Extreme
no problem.
success.
No
I'm in
problem.
the zone.
No problem. Yeah, you guys are fine.
I succeed because I'm already missing one ear, and that's the only reason I succeed.
It went by your bad ear. You
It
couldn't
did.
even hear anything anyway.
That's how ears work.
Oh, I succeed. Yeah, we're
Okay,
good.
so no one's deafened by this
Anymore.
gunshot in the car anymore. So then, yeah, you were previously.
But Juno just. That was great. Did I get him?
You did
I
so
get him?
good, Faye. You did so good. You hit him dead on. I'm going to throw a knife at him.
Yeah? Okay.
I have no skill with guns, but God, I can throw things.
I would say he's probably...
Shotgun at him.
I'll throw the shotgun at him.
Doing Borderlands
out of here.
reload
Try
style.
and slam fire it off the ground.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, I would say at this point, he's pretty fucked up. He's still conscious. He is going to try to take a shot at the car.
Yeah.
He is on fire.
Yeah.
He's pretty fucked up. He's going to take a penalty dice on this, and he's looking for a harder, better success on his firearms check. He just got a regular success. Oh yeah, shit, he gets 2 attacks per round. That is still just a regular success. Thank God.
You are the worst.
I know, I'm a stinker. Yeah, so he just goes to like shoot at you, but the bullets just go totally wild. You see them just like these heavy armor-piercing rounds just blast into the buildings around you guys as he's just kind of unloading his gun. At this point, I'm going to leave it up to you if you would throw. You're kind of far enough away now that he's kind of like stopped moving. You could try to throw the knife at him if you want. I would give you a penalty dice because it's pretty far. However, he doesn't seem to be chasing you anymore. Like his armor is like completely destroyed and he is on fire.
Would I tell if he's already basically dead? From this, like he's
Make a spot hidden check for me.
Failure.
Even on a failure, okay, you can tell he's fucked up. You can't tell exactly where he's at. You can definitely tell he's fucked up.
Being a soldier, I wouldn't want anybody to die burning to death. I'm going to throw the knife at him, even if it's a hard shot.
I would let you use your visual combat cortex again if you wanted to do that.
I don't want to risk it twice in one day. I feel like that'd be bad.
Okay.
I'll just take the penalty die.
All right.
And because of the penalty die, I do miss.
You huck the knife, and it kind of... You didn't put quite the right spin on it, so it just didn't quite make it to its target. You can see he has now like dropped to the ground and is rolling, trying to put out the fire.
All right.
You guys have bought yourself some time. You can hear the Nedleds, their kind of tone pulsing in the distance, kind of moving broadly in this direction, but you get the sense they don't know exactly where you are. I will say on this point, especially with the extreme success in your drive check before, you will manage to get them to where you're trying to go. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do in the car before you guys ditch it?
I realize I'm in no position to be making demands or even questions here, but who are you people exactly?
Who are you?
My name is Assistant Associate Adjunct Tutor
my
Probationary
God,
Pewter.
I did too much. Just... Do you really not know who I am?
No, I have no idea, and I find it kind of bizarre that you asked who I was and then immediately started protesting it, me telling you who I was.
I find you kind of bizarre. And that was power, that gun. That was quite good.
You did
good shot there, Jen.
so good.
I do love praise.
You did so good. In fact, you did good enough that maybe you could be taught how to do it even better.
I would like that.
Yeah, so you take care of that one moment before I give it back to you. I'm just going to get all the rounds out of it.
I'll let you guys decide, because you endowed it with being a double barrel shotgun. I didn't imagine. I imagined it as a sawed-off pump, but it could totally be a double barrel if you guys would rather do that.
I just imagine, be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just priming the gun for you.
Whatever you imagined it, I think is what we should go. I just, whenever someone says sawed-off, I picture like a double barrel.
Yeah.
That's just what my brain does.
Let's do that then. Double barrel. Double barrel's
right,
sexy.
then
Let's go with a double barrel.
I will pop it open and catch the other shell, close it, and give back the sawed-off double barrel to Faith.
Oh, it's very warm.
You did just fire it. And successfully so. Yes. I found that leading through praise is success, and you're doing great. Would you like a cracker?
These are the crackers I gave you.
They are, yes. I've been keeping them warm in my pockets.
You keep those. Professor, person,
My name is Piotr.
Piotr. I was close, person, Piotr. Good, yes. I was close enough.
I do not think you were very close.
I can tell we are going to get along.
I don't believe you.
I turned to the side. I was like, sorry, your name was Doug, yeah?
That's me.
Sorry, earlier that was a tense situation.
I completely understand. You have nothing to apologize for. You have quite a bit of skill behind the wheel, if you would forgive me for saying.
I do. Thank you.
Wow, it's my pleasure.
And Madam Mask driving the car. Who are you?
Who's asking again?
Piotr.
I'm like, where's the voice coming from?
My name is Piotr. I'm back here. I think I may be back here with the dog. I'm not sure yet. My name is Piotr. What is your name?
Driving like, it's Glade.
Nice to meet you, Glade.
Yeah.
And are you the person taking care of this ill lady here, or?
Are you calling me an ill lady? I am Faith Juno Angevin. I am known across the cosmos.
For what exactly?
I am a head Faith of the Church of His Light. I can't even believe.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm sorry. You're a charlatan. That I can respect. Okay. Very good.
Whoa. In my car, nobody insults the lady, all right?
I start reaching over the bag.
No, fake. No. Juice box. Juice
I
box.
point the gun in.
No, lift. It's fine. I'd rather her try to shoot me than try to shoot anything else. I'm safer that way.
All right. Oh, no.
Shit.
We do not have time for this.
But seriously speaking, do we have time for a shower? I think Doug and myself might need to.
They went through the sewers.
I
Freshen
am
up a
very
little bit.
fragrant.
I don't
This-
want to talk
yeah.
about it.
We
Doug,
can
don't
agree
bogart
on.
the spearmint gum, please.
Oh, shit. Oh, you're right. Absolutely. Fuck.
Oh, is there spearmint?
There is spearmint. I did find some.
I would love some spearmint. Thank you.
Pass it around.
Absolutely. Pyodor. Angevin. That tickles something. Nothing to do with anything religious. But Elysium orbited Io. And the Angevin family, you remember them. Your parents talked about having dinner at the Angevin residence a couple of times.
Wait. Faith, Juno, Angevin. Of the Io Angevins?
What other Angevins are there? We are primaries. There's only us.
My lady, you are also talking to a fellow primary. And
Another bit of
so-
shit drips off of his nose.
I am.
His ear spurts blood.
Juno is totally horrified and may never recover. Do I roll sanity at this point?
I will let you make a sanity check if you choose to.
You're suggesting sanity check.
I succeed, and
succeed.
actually quite well.
Okay, yeah. No, you managed to keep it together.
Oh my god.
You recognize the accent. Anybody would recognize an outside the Kuiper Belt accent, I'm sure.
I don't
We're
recognize your
kin,
accent.
you and I.
I do not have time to deal with you or any of whatever this is. I need to make a call.
Oh, the old Angevin busybodiness. Now tell me, your father's estate.
I make like a shushing motion with my hand, and I pick up my phone and I call Donovan at the docks.
Donovan, is this your I know a guy, or are you just fucking doubting? Okay, I'm down. Donnie.
Hey, Donnie.
He picks up and he says, Your Holiness, how's it going?
Donovan, I know we haven't spoken for a while, but
You're a busy lady. There's so much has happened to me. You know my kid. He was, he was trying out for the mathletes. He got in.
Oh, that's great, but Donovan, we are in a little bit of a pinch. We are currently careening across the station. We need to get the docks as soon as possible.
Oh, shit.
And I need to get off station. It is maybe not like an emergency I've had before, but we have had some emergency situations before. This may require a little bit more firepower, actually.
Whoa. You didn't hire me to kill nobody. I'm just here to make the ship run good, and she's purring like a kitten, let me tell you. I actually just, I replaced some of the valves, so we actually get a little
Donovan,
bit more speed out of it.
That sounds fantastic.
It
You
is
do
fantastic.
work. Before I get off station, I'm going to transfer you some credits for all of your fantastic work here, but I need you to get her up and running and ready to go and throw as much things that people need when they're not in the comforts of their beautiful own luxury apartment.
Of course, well, hey, the church shelled out for an Akarita, so, this is like a proper, you don't even have to worry about comfort. It's a very comfortable ship.
I just needed to go. We need to go. And you cannot tell anybody.
Of course. Yeah, of course. I'll get the crew in. I'll get the boys in. They're gonna be, a little upset because it's after hours, so they're gonna have to pay overtime. Is that okay?
I will pay anything you need to get us out of here, Donovan.
All right. Well, then then there's a surcharge for the fuel,
Donovan,
obviously, because it's after hours.
you heard me. I will pay you anything. We will be there soon.
Of course.
Get us out of here.
Yeah. No, I mean your wish is my command.
Click.
All right.
Was that an internal?
Did she just say click out loud?
I don't know. Do you think she has?
Faith, that's a horribly rude way to hang up on someone.
I am not even gonna think about you for a little bit here.
to you.
Oh, am I getting clicked?
I think you got clicked.
I think I got clicked too, Lift. Lift, you know this individual?
Yes, I go to her sessions. She helps me with amnesia.
Oh, Lift, we've talked about this. You can't be trusted.
Oh, no. I don't know who Saul is. I've never met him.
I mean, that's the most sensible thing you've said so far.
Yeah, but I do have an important question. There was a great advert for a Dunwich, or it's a new spaceship. And I feel like the church really fit into that advert, weird sex cults on the edge of space. Is that the vehicle you have?
I don't even know where I am.
That's a yes. That's a Dunwich driver right there.
If you would like to call... No, Donovan's going to be busy. Just, Glade, where are we? Where are we going? How can I help?
And is there a
Sit
shower?
there, look pretty.
Will do, Glade.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
She was not talking to you.
Has anyone seen a dog?
I don't know what those are.
Oh my god. Just like, I can't keep my composure. It's a horror podcast.
It's a comedy horror podcast. You guys end up arriving at the destination. Ditch the car. No dog to be found.
Not yet.
You make your way to Suits R Us. Still open. Henry's there waiting for you. And he says, Glade, how's it going? He's a rather older man, balding, kind of liver spots everywhere. You kind of shot the shit with him a few times. He's been through it. Like he's an ex-Reaper himself. Also, you kind of shot the shit. He's like trained in 0G pretty extensively. He says, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a fucking minute.
Yeah, it's been a while, Henry. Sorry, my man. I'm in a big rush. We got a shit storm outside. And
Yeah, I heard. I saw on the vid screen here the grenade went off in the building and blew up inside of the church.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's up to no good. That's what I say.
Henry?
Avowed
Hey,
atheist
Henry,
my
focus.
whole life.
Hey, Henry,
Yeah,
I need a vac suit and meg boots.
just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Wait a
no.
minute.
Henry, we need more than one.
I don't think we're all going to fit in one.
No, we can't share it.
No, you can't. That's very ill-advised. I wouldn't advise that even a little bit. Man, you guys smell like shit.
That's
Fuck you guys.
entirely
Look,
Piotr's
hey,
fault.
you two,
I don't think we should be pointing fingers here.
3,
Yeah.
Doug.
Hi.
Look, I got to get this lady out to the shipyard, and we're going in 0G to get there, because that's the best way I know how. I'm not looking out for anyone but her.
But we
So-
looked out for you.
And I'm thankful, thank you. But I got a job to do.
Glade here she's fucking ruthless. She's got ice in her veins. That's what I always said, Glade. You tell him. Don't you take shit from nobody, Glade.
Thanks, Henry.
I got your back no matter what.
To be honest, Glade, in any other situation, I would respect the hell out of the entrepreneurship and probably see if we could get you a tax cut or something. But in these particular situations, I think I'm going to have to insist that we're going to come with you. And
That's fine, but I'm not holding your hand.
That's fine. The value add that we're bringing here, she's from Saul. I'm from Saul. He's a pilot, and he throws stuff pretty good, I think.
I have been known to do that.
And I have an alcohol problem.
And he's very good at cleaning.
I am now very good at cleaning.
The ship's going to need to be clean, Glade.
Indeed.
Have you seen these two?
We're covered in poop.
So what do you say, teammates? We bring a lot to the table.
Avengers music starts playing like dun 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 dun.
3 disheveled looking hobo dudes. A clear, well put together like mercenary, an exhausted priest, and 3 hobos.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
A member of Daft Punk, a preacher, and 3 hobos.
I am an intellectual.
More shit.
I'm a grad student. It's a very fine distinction.
That's very fair. That is
Okay.
very fair.
I'm like, ugh, okay, I can't think straight. Henry, can you please grab that vac suit and boots for the lady here?
Yeah, I could probably figure out her size. I'll give you the good
I'm just gonna hop
shit,
in the back
too.
for a sec. I'll be right back.
All right, you do what you need to do, Glade. You know, mi casa, su casa, and all that.
I start to walk back.
You know, Glade reminds me of the people I used to serve with back in the
Hey,
day.
Henry, I'm also an ex-Reaper.
Oh.
I'm a captain, actually.
A captain?
Yes.
Wow.
Would you like a shotgun in exchange for a suit and boots for my friend Piotr here? And money?
I mean, I like money.
And
Money's good, but
shotgun.
let's have a look at the gun.
Faith, please, the gun.
Here.
Thank
But
you.
give it back.
We established it was is a double barrel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks.
Whoever sawed it off did a shit job. Look at that.
We did find it at an Escalade. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. And he just kind of looks it over. He's like,
Oh, it's not an alert. It's like an off-brand shotgun. Yeah, I mean, we can put that towards your charge.
We need 3 suits.
I also have one more thing I can offer you. Mm-hmm. Are you interested in strange and forbidden knowledge?
Sure.
Have you ever heard of the science of historical astroeconomics?
Nah.
Well, historical astroeconomics, you see, is the study of how short-term large data sets could influence long-term trends, and in doing so, predict the very future. I'm just going to keep talking and distract him.
he almost immediately. Oh, wait, one sec.
I'm super interested. Please continue.
You keep talking and distract him.
Yeah. And then I'm going to motion to Doug and be like, behind my back.
Oh,
Tell Doug
okay.
to go grab the suits.
All right.
Would I also pick up on this?
I mean, you can if you want.
I'm very good at thieving.
That's true. I would say, given your background, you probably pick up on what's going on. He rolled pretty poorly on his intelligence check there. I'm going to go ahead and make a fast talk check. I'm going to give you a bonus dice on this.
Good thing. That is a hard success.
Hard success. On a hard success on this lift, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. And we'll also give you a bonus dice because of the hard success on the fast talk.
So it's a success into an extreme success.
An extreme success. Okay, I'm going to roll for Doug. Doug fails. However, you got an extreme success.
Yeah, 4 in fact.
Okay. Yeah, fuck, on a 4. That's a really good roll. I'll tell you what. This is going to sound stupid because it is. If you spend just like 1 luck point, if you're willing to sacrifice 1 of your luck points, Doug can turn it into a success.
I just got cracker luck.
You just
as
got
it
cracker
happens.
luck.
I will use my cracker luck.
Yeah, man.
It's called privilege. We can't call it cracker luck.
I will use my privilege luck.
Yeah, you're using the Eucharist. The Lord giveth and the Lord
Yes.
taketh away.
And with you.
So with you.
In nomine Patri Filii Spiritus Sancti.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, yeah, fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I have burned my luck.
We'll pause you guys there. You guys get vac suits. Glade, you went to the back. What were you doing?
Switching back to my butterfly mask.
Okay. Managed to do so. I'm not going to make you roll anything. Juno, what's Juno doing?
I think I'm looking back and forth to trying to kind of decide where I go. I'm looking to where Glade ran off to, but also just trying not to listen to this heinous babbling I hear across the room. But she does decide to look for something here as well, noticing that our friend is a little bit distracted and missing that feeling of a gun. She goes to look for a gun of some sort.
Yeah, for sure. There's
something
100% going to be guns here.
Yes.
There are a selection of pistols. There's a selection of long arms as well. Like what's Juno looking for?
I think she's looking for a kind of a daintier pistol. Something that maybe won't kick back quite as much.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. You find, I don't know if Juno would necessarily know what that would mean.
Not a clue.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
God damn it!
That's a 99, folks.
A 99.
Finds a bazooka.
Baker, pick up
Whoa.
the biggest fucking gun in the book.
That's a javelin missile launcher.
No, just comes to with a torpedo.
Sea mine.
Yeah. Not much kick on this.
It's like a toilet plunger.
Here's the thing. Juno's not an idiot, right?
I am not an idiot.
Not an
Despite
idiot.
what my dice tell me,
So Juno,
I'm not an idiot.
Juno doesn't want as much kick as the shotgun, so she's not going to get a big gun. So you find a gun with like it looks like a revolver, relatively short barrel.
Yep.
So like obviously not going to be a lot of kick to it.
I know. I'll put it in my inventory now.
I'm just saying, would you know what a toilet plunger is, though?
I would not.
A revolver with 6 toilet plungers in it.
Yeah, this is going to be.
Yep.
Well, I think 475 credits would be under your spending limit.
Very much so.
For sure. So, I mean, just to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
This is a 44 Magnum revolver.
Oh, yeah. It's in the inventory.
Yep. Hell yeah. It is a snub nose. So the range here is 15 yards.
Okay.
Which the gun ranges in Call of Cthulhu are kind of like wonky, but honestly 15 yards for a pistol is like pretty spot on, I think. I mean, like as far if you're like relatively untrained.
It's like 45 feet.
Yeah. I mean, I know if you put a gun in my hands and you put a target at like 15 yards out, I could maybe hit it, but I'm not doing any sort of marksmanship. I haven't done a lot of pistol shooting. I'll defer to people who have like
that's
shot
like
pistols
3
before.
times the range that they put a target out at the range. They put a target out at like 5 meters.
No.
Oh yeah.
5 meters isn't not that much.
Well, they're trying to let you hit the target.
Yeah, when you first go, if you like
tell
rent
us.
pistols.
Please tell us how wrong we are.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah, engage with us on social media. I don't know. So I was going to reduce the range because it's a snub nose, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm actually going to leave it at 15 yards. Yeah, that's reasonable. I feel like Juno's lack of skill in firearms is probably going to counteract any mechanical thing. You find it, and I'd like to imagine it's just like in an aisle too. It's not like he has them in like a glass display. It's just like the gun aisle, and you just like find it. It's in like a bin of just like
with
like
umbrellas
America.
and shit.
I think, I don't know. Honestly, Juno wouldn't really pick anything out of a bin.
Right.
I feel like it would have to be.
course.
It would have to be in kind of a quite a nice, beautiful display. And it would
Okay,
need
let
to be
me-
like a little bit ornate.
Let me roll it back then. It's not in a bin. It's very well merched. It's on an end cap, which, for my retail folks out there, is just the display that's on the very end of an aisle that's kind of facing out. And you do see it is up on a stand, and it has this like beautiful kind of pearl inlay on the grip. And it's very,
She
very
looks
pretty.
at her pearl.
And it says,
nails.
for the woman in your life on top.
She looks at her pearl painted nails and holds it up to the revolver and goes, "Oh, look at you, dainty little thing. You're coming home with me."
Awesome. Yeah, you take it up. You can purchase it. Are you purchasing some ammo as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
much so.
What's your spending limit?
I have tens of thousands of credits.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, just like, so your spending limit is like how much you can spend, and we don't even have to like calculate it.
I don't know even I don't know where to find that.
Okay.
Teach me.
Should have figured it out.
I think you did figure this out.
Yeah. It's not super important.
Okay, I have currently on hand after I bought all of this stuff, and I did actually spend money on a Glock, but I'm going to take that away because it doesn't make sense for me to have it anymore.
No, fair enough.
But I have, after all of that, 50,000 credits.
What's your credit rating on your stats, on your skills?
Sorry, but no, what's your credit rating?
My
like your
credit rating is
skills?
60.
60.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds about
times
right.
10. So what was it again? You said 60.
So your spending level will be 1,000 credits.
Okay.
Realistically. So yeah, this gun is like 475 credits. I don't know, how much ammo would Juno buy for it?
Juno has no understanding of how much ammo she needs. So this could go either way. I think that this is probably like a
Just like a roll a D100 thing and see
It's
what
like,
it says.
is it already
This
loaded?
is a roll a D100 thing and see what it says.
Hell yeah.
100%.
I'm fucking here for that. Absolutely.
Nice.
The first one of the campaign.
37.
37.
Actually,
Okay.
kind of respectable. Not that bad. Let's say like is that like one box?
We're going to round it up. So you say one box of ammo, which is 50 cartridges. So
Perfect.
yeah, that's 39 credits. So you don't even have to calculate that. Basically, you can have just have this gun, and like you don't even have to calculate, like remove it from your credits or anything like that.
Okay.
For the rest of you, you guys don't have to pay anything because you're stealing. So
Yeah.
I am
That's the
paying
beauty.
though.
yeah, oh no, I don't think Juno is stealing.
No way. Catherine would never steal. Oh my god.
So what are we doing?
We're thieving.
Okay, so I
I
come
mean,
up from
I'm
the back.
educating, but they can thieve
Right.
the cover of education.
So I come up from the back.
Yep.
Do I notice them stealing?
You guys got success. I'll say make a spot hidden check for me.
Okay, failure.
No?
Does Juno have her vac suit and Meg boots?
Yeah, I would say at this point, yeah, for sure, for the sake of expediency.
All right.
Anyways, Margaret, so the important thing to realize
So we're putting
about
on the
yield
vac suit
curve-
and the Meg boots. Okay.
Do these come in any other colors?
Nope.
Okay.
Come on.
As somebody who sold so many people pairs of hiking boots, like that question, you have no idea, like the amount of blood vessels that just burst in my brain.
I can see them
It's
actually.
like fucking. It's our hiking boots. Like fuck you. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Already, I want to make sure that nobody sees this gun that I have. I know that nobody wants me to have it.
Sure. Okay.
As best I can.
Yeah, I would say yeah. Go ahead and make.
I have a bulletproof vest on underneath my robes.
Yeah, so you're just gonna shove.
I'm just gonna shove it into my robes.
That is 100% a Juno move. I'm here for it. Yeah, go ahead. Because I just want this for you. Go ahead and make either a stealth check or a sleight of hand check with a bonus dice. Everyone's making faces, like, the eyebrow.
I just need to see what my literally the exact same roll twice, and they're both hard successes.
Hard fucking success. Hell yeah, yeah. I'll just say you managed to do so because, again, I just want you to have a loaded gun just shoved onto your person somewhere. That's never going to have
just
any
like
consequences.
a box. If I jump or jump out of anything, it's all going to be like ding, 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 ding.
Hell yeah. Okay. You guys succeeded on your checks. So
Amazing.
You have vac suits.
Wonderful.
And mag boots.
Make sure Douglas carries them out. I will also buy an emergency roll of duct tape because space is hard and
sure.
duct tape is resilient.
Duct tape is incredible.
I love it.
100%.
I'll buy that. I will buy some replacement throwing knives and, if available, a new suite of grenades.
Gotcha. Do you know what your spending limit is by any chance?
I know what my cash level is. I think my spending limit is only like 250.
If you're
Because
buying...
I have a credit rating of 20.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
for
like
sure.
if her spending limit is 1,000 and she has 3 times the net worth as me, mine would be 300.
Credit limit is 20. Your spending level is 200. So
yeah, like not a lot.
yeah, totally. What we'll do, so you're buying more knives.
Yeah,
right?
specifically throwing knives.
Gotcha.
Little baby knives. Knife small is what it is in the book, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you could buy a bunch of throwing knives. Grenades are a little bit more expensive. Well, actually, I don't know. If you bought one grenade, and you could probably buy like a bunch of fucking knives.
Yeah.
You could afford that without really reducing anything from
Okay.
your... I mean, don't get me wrong. You can buy more.
Yeah.
So it's up to you.
But Lift is a pretty frugal dude. Like, I think I'd get one flashbang, not big on the violence if not necessary.
That's fair.
And I currently only have 4 throwing knives because I lost one trying to mercy kill a dude.
For sure.
So,
So-
I'll go up to 10 throwing knives.
10 throwing knives. Okay, yeah, that's easy enough for you to do. So throwing knives are $6 each.
Oh, easy.
So no problem. That's $24. Flashbangs are 80 credits.
Oh.
So you could potentially get like 2, I think, and then still remain.
I'd just get one.
You just get one? Okay.
I'll just get one.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, and then we're out of there. So duct tape, knives, flashbang.
Amazing. Anything else anyone wants to go shopping for?
What else would we find in this shop?
I mean, so it's like weapons, there's vac suits, there's a lot of like zero-G related gear. You can find like tools here to work, like mechanics tools. There are rations available as well. I think this kind of is an army surplus store, actually, now is what it's becoming in my mind.
Medical supplies?
Yeah, there'd be like some basic first aid supplies for sure.
I want like a quick release tether belt.
Yeah, 100%. You can do
Very
that.
specific.
I would say you could find something that would be under your credit limit, especially with your relationship with Henry, for sure.
Can I take a look at the tools?
Yeah, 100%.
After I conclude my speech about the importance of supply side economics.
He's riveted. He's just like,
I never really thought of it that way. Shit. You raised a lot of good points. Do you
Thank
have
you.
any further material that you can point me to read?
I do. I would start with this book called Economics for Dummies, which is a lovely little tome. And then after that, I would move on to all of the texts of the Austrian school. And you'll find those very informative, I'm sure. And then I would just watch Ronald Reagan's campaign ads from the 1980s.
Oh, amazing. Was he any relation to Nano Reagan?
It was a direct progenitor of Nano Reagan.
That's incredible. That guy, he's the little guy, he got my vote.
I believe you. I think, you're an entrepreneur, of course.
He was hard on crime. That's
He was very hard on crime.
He was tough on crime.
It's amazing from such a tiny little man how tough he was.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was very good. Anyways, should we do some free market here? I see you have some tools.
Absolutely. I would say, what kind of tools are you looking for?
I'm looking for stuff that would help in fixing or maintaining a spaceship.
So we'd be looking for a mechanic's tool chest there. There is a kit that you can purchase for 500 credits. It's available.
So this is the good shit right here. I wouldn't stiff you on that.
Oh, that's very kind of you. So the market being what it is, these, yield curve, up, down, you understand. I have this many credits, and I show him the 50 credits I have.
Well, give you a couple wrenches.
Yeah, let's start with that.
He hands you a wrench set, we'll say, as you just add wrench set.
Is Piotr noticeably short on cash?
I mean, I think so. I definitely think
am I looking at Henry like you can have a mercy wrench,
You had to give him your dead friend's shoes.
Oh.
To put it in perspective.
That made a lot of sense. Piotr?
Yes, lift.
I see you really like tools, and those are lovely wrenches. Would you like more? I could supplement your tools if we're going to be traveling.
I am not big on subsidization, sir.
Oh, no. This is an interest-free loan.
Bootstrap. Well, interest-free loans. No such thing.
Kind of sounds like a stimulus package.
It does kind of sound like a stimulus package, which are only given to large corporations as per the principles. An untaxable gift, however.
Yes.
Ooh.
I was listening to your lectures.
Oh, were you? Okay,
I
mean, untaxable gifts, that's just how the market works.
Yeah, I could get you some more tools.
Glades can look at the front window and see what's going on. If there's a front window, where are you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure
while this is going on.
I imagine it's kind of like, Army Circle style. It's like there's gated, but you can look outside.
Windows,
yeah, go ahead and make a spot hidden check for me. Is there something specifically that Glade is looking for?
I'm just using police activity or
for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make one with a bonus dice for me. For me.
For you. Fail.
Don't see anything.
Anyways, to wrap that up quickly, because Catherine looked like she was about to bang her head against the fucking table.
She looked like she was about to bang your head against the table.
Violence was about to happen.
You're just such boys sometimes. Every opportunity.
If he's going to tax-free gift me some mechanics set, then we'll take it and I'll bring it with us to the spaceship.
For sure.
I was going to say, if you, are you in need of a little bit of money or help to pay for something? If you ask really nicely, maybe there's somebody who could help you.
That's very kind of you to point out that, there's a man here who can help me.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Hey, shit-faced?
Yes. We're looking for a shower. It's a cash flow issue. There's a temporary shittiness issue. This is part of the market cycle.
They're all going to have tools on the ship, and 2, you're not coming on this ship. Juno, we're heading out. Let's go.
I did already tell Donovan that there were multiple of us.
That's fine. That doesn't matter.
We're following them.
I don't...
We are indeed, Tom.
Yeah.
Level with me.
Sorry.
I do not
Lift.
like you.
Likewise.
Keep up. You're coming with us. But she will leave you behind.
It's true. I seen her do it. Fucking ice in her veins, this one.
And that is I respect her. Now, if you're able to leverage your family wealth into some new bounds of economic activity, perhaps we can talk about my respect for you. But until that point, I'm going to stick with the mom and pop assassins over here.
Let's go, Glade. And I walked in a direction that makes little sense.
And I grab you and turn you around.
Let's go, Glade.
Gentlemen, on my 6, we walk.
So heading for that
Airlock?
airlock, thank you.
For sure.
That you said was nearby. Stealthily.
You guys leave the shop. It's been quite an eventful day for you. We see new purchases, new acquisitioned. Pyotr, now sporting an injury on his leg from his jump out the window, cuts all over him, from the broken glass, missing part of his ear, covered in shit. having a rough time of it. Lift. Does Lift have any sort of reaction to like having essentially melted a dude with a grenade?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a sanity check for me.
Okay.
I'm doing it now, not because I, forgot to do it before, but because it makes sense, now that the adrenaline is fully worn off.
No, it does make sense.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't an oversight on my part, once again.
That is a failure, sir.
Failure. Go ahead and lose 1 point of sanity for me.
Noted.
So, Juno and Glade, you guys are all traveling together, but there is a noticeable distance between the two groups. You make your way, Gate City, obviously trying to create an illusion as much as possible of an open space. Once you get to the edges of Gate City, though, it becomes very apparent that you are in a space station. You make your way down, a few sets of like very narrow stairs, begin suiting up, putting your vac suits on, all pile in to the airlock. And there's this moment of quiet tension. Everyone kind of having different motives, everyone not really knowing exactly what's going on as the void of space looms before you. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Thanks for making it this far. This podcast is edited, mixed, and mastered by me, Brian Gashgarian. All the music in the podcast is composed by me. Special thanks to Carlin, as always, for her voiceover work, and to Alex, Leah, Tom, and Catherine for lending me their talent for this. You can find us on Insta, TikTok, and Twitch at The Stars Aren't All Right, or on Twitter at TSAA Podcast. As a reward for making it to the end, I would like to remind you that cuttlefish have 3 hearts, 2 for pumping blood to the gills, and 1 for systemic circulation. Most of all, thanks to you for listening, and we'll see you next time.